Welcome in. The Power Hour is back and better than ever. I'm Steve, along with the urban sensation C-Red. Red, what are you lighting up tonight? What do you got, Swisher Sweets these days?
Yeah. It's hard out here for a pimp.
And of course, we got Rion Skills manning the social media department. He will dazzle us with photographs and innuendo all evening long. And we do not have Rachel this evening. She's under the weather. She wishes us well. She's a big Mugsy James fan. And she's provided us some information she wants us to talk about. So we'll get to that. But joining us tonight on this program, a man that can do it all and has a personality for every season. The one, the only. I mean, are you now the filthy Mugsy James? Are you the prospect Mugsy James? Motherfucker, how many people you got to be?
I'm turning into Russell.
Oh no, don't do that.
Don't do that.
It's still Mugsy James everywhere. The moniker just changes now.
It just changes. Okay, I like it. I'm all down with that.
So filthy Mugsy James is exclusively frontline.
Filthy is exclusively frontline. We're gonna delve into we're gonna talk a lot about frontline. This means war tonight on this program because I've got questions about some of the things I'm hearing about filthy Mugsy James in the water cooler area of this establishment. So we'll talk to Mugsy about filthy in just a minute. Mugsy, I have been watching you perform now for quite a while. I didn't know who you were at first. I just kind of saw you around here and there. But I have watched you go from, somebody who's like, I don't even know his name, to someone I follow regularly because I find the way you work and your character and the way you tell stories to be some of the best that I see. How is the transition from guy starting out in this business to feature player? How's that working out for you?
It's changed drastically.
It sure has.
I originally started out 2016, 2015 is when I first started training. And the Young Bucks were super hot. I wanted to be the Young Bucks. And then I left and came back at the Dynamic LWF ARW show. And
I remember.
Met Mateo and Andy. We formed the casting couch, and now I'm like the furthest thing from what the casting couch was.
God, that was a very short-lived situation. But when you look at the people that made up the casting couch, you've all gone on to do amazing things.
Yeah, and I mean, Andy and I still great friends. Mateo and I are still friends. We talk from time to time, but he's off doing great things. Andy and I are I see Andy so much now. It's ridiculous. We're on like damn near the same shows. I think the only place is Rocket Pro, and that's just because of conflicting schedules for me.
As far as when you started, have you been a Wrestle League guy? Is that where you started the training, or did you start somewhere else?
So I started at Anarchy Pro. Warwick was still my trainer there. And then him and Starks had a falling out. Without Santana Starks, I wouldn't have started training as soon as I did. Broke kid, single mom, didn't feel like working consistently, so I couldn't pay for training. And Starks would let me do ring rentals with him on the weekend to pay for my training. So we would practice on Thursdays, and then Saturdays, sometimes Sundays, I would go with him, Nick Hilka, John Hilka, rest in peace. And we'd go set up the ring for primarily lucha shows. But yeah, essentially I've always been with Wrestle League because Warwick has been my trainer since day one until he left, and then Shogun took over.
We seem to have been, especially lately, we have been really exploring the Wrestle League roster. And Red will tell you that we've gone through episodes of this show, and we've talked to everybody. Anybody that wants to come on, we're like, hey, come on, let's talk. Let's get you over. Let's talk about who you are and what you want to be. And I feel like when we started bringing on the Wrestle League crew, that things really started to get interesting for us. Now we had great people, don't get me wrong. I mean, anytime Marche's on here, it's fucking spun gold. Paulie and Vito the Tomasellis spun. I mean, there are people that are made for podcasts and made for scenarios like this, but there are some that are not. And for some, it's like trying to pull teeth. Red and I have talked about this and joked about it many times. But the thing that strikes me is every time we have someone from Wrestle League come on the show, whether it's Motivation Mike, Russell, Kid Lat, Andy, anybody that comes on this show. Yeah, yes, Red. Well, let me get up here. Red's calling his first Ryan Matthews timeout.
No, but it's ironic. If we go based off this picture that Rion Rion is showing,
yep,
Mugsy's is the last. Outside of unless we get Shogun.
But we've had Shogun before.
Well, then shit, we've had everybody.
And I've been on once before with the casting couch, technically.
Right. So, well, the casting couch, I still look at that episode every now and again, just because I enjoy the whole dichotomy of what you guys were trying to talk about. Here's another one. There are a few people in this picture we haven't had yet, but EJ Swanson will be coming up down the road, not too far from now. But what I was saying is the thing that stands out to me is, when we conduct interviews with some people, we really have to dig deep. And sometimes the power hour turns into the power 45 minutes or the power 58 minutes because we just can't get over the hump. There's not enough there.
38. Never forget.
38 minutes. Yes, there's that. But I find with the wrestling guys, we're pushing 210, 220, 240 regularly, which it doesn't bode well for me here at home, but it certainly makes the people happy. And the Wrestle League guys share this shit. And, social media, everybody's on it in some form or fashion. But when we have shows, and we want to put somebody over, it's great when they share the flyer, the little picture we have, and hey, I'm going to be on this show, watch it. And the Wrestle League, it's not just the guy that's going to be on the show. I mean, when we put the graphic up on Sunday, you've got the Bro sharing it, you've got Ewok sharing it, and Ewok always has like a one word like Ewok.
Bruh.
Yeah, it makes me happy anytime Ewok says anything. There he is. So it's nice to have the Wrestle League guys on the show because they actively participate in what we're all about, and I've always appreciated that. Well, that picture just kind of jumps right out at you, doesn't it?
Doesn't it?
That's how many years ago was that? That was that recently? Because your hair
was
is a lot shorter.
That was December.
Because that's a stocking he's got on his hand.
That's right. Okay, so that was okay. So that was
Stocko.
That was at Homewood, probably, right?
Yeah.
Look at that face. Mugsy, you are selling the shit out of that mandible claw.
That's because he was actually choking me.
Oh, there you go. So wrestling's
I have really bad gag reflex. So
that picture says everything you need to know. So you said you started at Anarchy, and then you came to Wrestle League. When you came to Wrestle League, did you have a sense that you were getting involved in something that was going to have the kind of magic that you guys as a group seem to have?
Yes, but in a different sense, because when I was first with Wrestle League was again 2016, 2017. It was in that transitional period from our school was called the Chicago Academy of Pro Wrestling, and then we merged with JPW to create Wrestle League. So it was at a weird transition point, and it was almost ECW-esque, like just super underground. Like you really had to know about us to know what was going on at Wrestle League. And I feel like it's still that way though. Like we're very underrated.
Absolutely.
No matter how all over the place our entire, training school students are, you'll find us on every show every weekend, but you never hear us talked about. But I knew there was something special with Wrestle League. It's a very diverse and creative environment. All of us come from different entertainment aspects and forms.
And you all bring something different, something special to the table. At least that's my opinion of it. I often talk about I hashtag Wrestle League all the time because it's the league, and I think there's a certain swagger to it when you guys roll into like when you guys come to Rocket or when you guys come to IPW, where you guys are, at IPW, that's where a lot of the magic happens, in my opinion. You guys really do great work there, and I get to see it firsthand. But everywhere, starting to filter a little bit into Crash Tested. Obviously, ARW is filled with Wrestle League dynamic when they do their shows. There's a lot of Wrestle League guys there.
Oh man!
Wow!
That show.
Oh man!
I bet you couldn't even drive at that point.
I was old enough, but no, I didn't have a license.
But look what belt Storm has on his shoulder.
Yeah, I went there to meet James Storm wearing an Anarchy Pro shirt, sitting front row.
Oh shit! It's the Crash Tested belt. Oh, well, right. I know that happened. Holy shit! That's amazing. Well, wait a minute now. We seem to have a special guest joining us.
Can't call her
by Rachel?
Yes.
Is this Rachel?
No.
Yes, it's me.
God damn it.
Is this Rachel? No.
No, it's not.
Patient
Was
zero.
that Bree?
No.
I say, Bree, you're getting me sick through the phone. Stop.
Oh, we've got the entire household.
Leave it.
Rachel, how you feeling?
You've got Bruce if you want him. Okay, Bruce.
We just told everybody that you were under the weather tonight, but
I am under the weather, but
You got Bruce.
I decided to come on.
it's too good with Mugsy James to miss something like this. You want to know why he's suddenly filthy.
It's because he doesn't shower after he comes home from work.
I assumed it's because he's from Oak Forest.
Well, there you go. Right now, Rion is
Andrew really wanted me to show you Bruce.
Hello,
There's
Bruce.
Bruce is on
Hi,
fire.
Bruce.
And here comes Rosie.
First dog.
All right. There.
Our whole
I'm going back off. Well, I'm here. I'm just turning off my video.
There's
Hey, Blue.
Oh.
That
My
leader?
mom's dog.
No.
You got Rion doing yeoman's work with the photos. Of just a moment ago, Rachel, he had a picture of Uncle Mugsy with a certain Lunella.
Oh, really?
Who the hell
Yeah,
is that?
that's a picture that has been seen by many.
Yep.
She did the. Is it the worker pose one?
It is indeed. Was indeed.
Yes. There it is.
She did that naturally for the rest of the
Andrew,
night.
I thought you didn't want to do the podcast.
Yeah. I don't
Okay.
feel good. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
see it.
Go eat your dinner. Goodbye.
Andrew,
Go out of your butt, Andrew.
those of us with broken ass bones should not be doing podcasts.
It's hard to do a podcast with a broken ass.
You can say now for real, Hot Rod Daddy Andy broke his ass. It
Yes.
is broken in two pieces.
I'm gonna make a T-shirt.
Get out.
That's the next LIM sign.
All
that
I'm gonna say is, I hope he understands we're gonna invade his shit. When he starts his podcast, like, damn it, we got an interview to do. Damn it.
Yeah.
Tell them yes, please.
Oh, shut your broken ass up.
Shut the door.
All right. Anyway, Mugsy, this is what I want to know.
Go for it, Red.
So, as Steve likes to say, what was that moment? That moment as a child,
Like that guy next to like that guy next to Storm, that child.
Yeah, you know what was that moment for you? What? Oh my fucking god! Damn.
Oh
Wayne
my
Gretzky
God.
fan, were you? So what was that moment for you?
Dude, were you in Fallout Boy?
Did you?
It was definitely Hardy Boys, 100% the Hardys. I vividly remember an episode of SmackDown where Edge and Christian chased the Hardys down. They were like filming a promo or something, chased them down, gave them the concerto backstage. And I guess really it's Edge and Christian because I hated them so much that I wanted the Hardy Boys to go back after them. But yeah, the Hardy Boys. My dog's name is Lita. So
So is it safe to say that that's why you went by Jim's and you picked up Jeff and Matt and Lita?
100%. Like I had heard Billy Wax talk about him on Robert Anthony's podcast. I didn't know he lived in my area, and then I saw his garage sale post, and I was like, there is a very slim chance that he has exactly what I'm looking for.
Not a slim.
Well, yeah, not a slim, because he had like every version of Matt and Jeff and Lita, and then just so happened to have the box set I was looking for just not in the box, which saved me $55.
Again, I've been knowing a lot of that stuff that you saw. I have been with Jim when he had purchased it. So
I'm very glad that garage sale didn't happen around like income tax time, because I would have bought everything wrestling wise. There was a lot of comic book stuff, which was very cool to see, but it's not my style.
And then what would have happened?
like the statues and everything.
Oh my god, there was this Thor one. I like Thor. I got a soft spot for Thor.
Dude, I trust me. Me and Jim are the black and white versions of each other. So trust me. But okay, so if it was Matt and Hardy and Team Extreme for you, what made you say, I'm tired of watching and I want to do it?
I had the luxury of going to LWF shows as a 2-year-old. So guys like Acid, Jay, Pretty Ricky, Vito, yeah, Braun Supreme, fucking the Ringmaster. Like,
You can say his name too.
so I didn't really know he was there until the documentary came out. And well, actually, Jay gave me shit one time for wearing a CM Punk shirt, and that's when I really found out. But
Don't wear that shit in front of Braun.
I am a huge CM Punk fan, though. Like, fuck Phil Brooks. I'll say it till I'm blue in the face. But CM Punk, what, 2006 to 2012? That's all I cared about.
Man,
Well,
shop
won't-
matches all the time. That'll do it.
you won't get arguments from me. I feel the same way. I don't, but hey, I'm me. So how does it feel now? Like, is it surreal, that you're actually, you're stepping amongst the ranks of the Hardys, Edge and Christian? Because honestly, again, those are 4 men that all started where you are. They started on the independents. I mean, shit. Matt and Jeff started their own company, So, I mean, how does that make you feel that, you're actually going through with it. You're not just pretending. And what I mean by that, I've been doing this shit for a while. And I hate to see guys coming into my business, and I'll say it, my business, and they want to use the moniker of pro wrestler for whatever ill-gotten gains and means.
Yeah.
But they don't take it seriously. And as Steve says, over the past I think we can say 2 years, Steve. 3 years.
Yeah, we're getting up there.
You have grown tremendously. You know, not just in size, but your the shit you're doing now in the ring is excellent. So, you know, how does it feel?
It's rewarding. I like to think that I'm someone that if I have an idea of something I want to do, I try to go through with it as hard as I can. So wrestling was something that I gave up on, had no confidence, and I was nervous to go back because I didn't want that to happen again. And it was one of those things like I left because I loved it so much and couldn't give it what I wanted to give it. And now I'm back fucking full steam, essentially. There's still a few gaps in my weekends, which to a lot of people's probably not what they want, but I'm okay with it. I like to rest. I work a pretty hard job, but it's great. I mean, I get to have these stories to tell when I leave the business and have kids and grandkids, or my niece and nieces to be shit. Like I get to have these stories to pass on throughout my generation, or like through the generations of my family, and there's documented video footage of me being a wrestler. Like it's really cool. I think 6-year-old me would be losing his mind.
Especially standing next to Tatanka right there.
Man, Tatanka's the coolest fucking dude in the world.
Tell us
Like,
about that then.
Everybody left that show with the same exact opinion of him. I would just like to point out, I feel really bad. So Tatanka, at least Native American character, I'm not sure of his shoot ethnicity, but I'm wearing a Yellowstone hoodie and cowboy boots.
that's ironic, but fun.
Yeah. But man, he was the best. I just sat there and listened to them talk. That's what you're supposed to do. And it wasn't just like sitting there listening to him talk. Like when you talked to him, he responded and gave you actual answers and had a conversation with you. It wasn't just, hey kid, nice to meet you.
It's funny how that can be when you're dealing with some of the superstars, how some of them, you know, will give of their time and of themselves, and some of them leave immediately after their bit is done without so much as a thank you. I've seen it both ways. Obviously, you thought Tatanka was pretty good. Who else have you met along the way that you would consider good? And on the flip side, what about bad?
So Tatanka's, I mean, I met Billy Gunn that night, and that was a brief interaction. You know, he was sitting off on the bleachers, and I just walked up and introduced myself and said hello. And I met all of them that night. So Vampiro, Billy Gunn, Brian Pillman Jr., and Tatanka. And I mean, they were all fine. Tatanka was the coolest. Vampiro was a sweetheart. Brian Pillman hung out in the locker room for a bit and bullshitted with the boys. But before I got in, I met Raven and Abyss. Raven answered every question I had, and at that point it was 2014, 2015. So I had just recently watched his whole TNA run again. So I had a ton of questions.
Who have you met that you did that didn't give you the time of day, or you felt was like, well, that's just rude? Anybody? You know, I mean, you don't have to drop a name if you don't want to, but you know, I can tell you that you know, for me, one of the most disappointing people to meet was Scott Garland, because I thought he would be a really good guy, and he was a complete prick.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been around too many of the big name guys lately to have, or in general, to have an opinion on anybody. But everybody I've met so far has been very cordial and polite.
Are we even allowed to mention he who shall not be named on the independent circuit right now that was at a recent Frontline, or was not at a recent Frontline show? Have you had a chance to meet him?
What's that?
Have you had a chance to meet him before?
No, I haven't.
Steve, I feel like you're looking for very specific dirt right now.
well, we like to mix it and run it, and some people.
Hey, I'm gonna stop this real quick, only because of what was just dropped on me. Mr. James, Mr. James, my apologies. This was sent to me. I just want to let you know this was sent to me.
I approved it.
Okay, all right. I just
Oh, we talking about
it.
It
Are
was
we
summertime for Oak Fest.
Don't let him lie to you.
Come on, let's dish. What Rion obviously put this picture up for a reason. So let's put the spotted cow down, even though I'm super jealous.
Gonna say, did Bree send it?
This was like
No, it was an anonymous source.
this was
Oh,
right
okay.
around the time Bree and I started dating, or right beforehand, and I was showing her a pair of Daisy Dukes I had just made.
Those are not Daisy Dukes.
Oh,
Those were Daisy Dukes.
Rachel, I'll send you a video of the live. He slaps his own butt for everyone.
Please do. Please do.
That took a strange turn. Indeed, it
There's
did.
there's no shame in my game, Steve.
No shame
Wow.
whatsoever. And that's all right. So you are working everywhere. Let's talk about where you have been recently. I just saw today some very interesting footage of you and one Paulie Tomaselli. Tough dude.
This doesn't even do it justice. This is all purple. All of my stretch marks are different colors right now.
Taste the rainbow.
Oh yeah.
That is my favorite picture of the day. I knew Rion would have it.
Man, that picture.
You need to blow that up and put it inside of like a shadow box.
I plan on getting 8x10s of that made. Like the first run ever of my 8x10s will have Paulie's face on them.
That is, and you guys are working well there. Obviously working with someone like Paulie has to be a great experience because he's so good at what he does. And I saw some of the flipping and then flying he was doing.
Let me cut you off right here, Steve. So he does that shooting star press, and his arm slips right under my leg and pulls it up as he's landing. I don't know what fucking sorcery it was. Like, I was trying to remember, like, hey, you don't want to lose this match. You don't want to lose this match. Kick out. But I'm also sitting there wondering, how the fuck did he do that?
It's that Tomaselli sorcery. It's real. That's a thing.
I want to see Vito do a standing shooting star press next.
That's fair. Well, and we'll get him to do it too. He'll do it.
I won't doubt him though. As soon as you doubt him, he'll do it.
Yeah, you don't want to. You never call out a Tomaselli. Don't piss in the wind. Don't tug on Superman's cape. Don't call out a Tomaselli. That's the three things to get you through life.
That needs to be a T-shirt for Paulie.
I'm telling you, it's true. At SCW last month, he did this thing where he did a reverse moonsault off the top rope and took Angel and Aaron Xavier out in one swoop, and actually took a row of fans out too. It was a kind of some disturbing imagery, but boy, we popped on commentary. I'll tell you that for sure. That man gives zero fucks, zero. So take us through a match with Paulie. You've fought everybody at this point. I mean, I don't think there are many people in the Midwest you haven't fought because you're everywhere all the time. But when you fight someone like Paulie Tomaselli, that is the thing that look at that elevation. Look at the people in the front row going, God damn, he's coming right at us.
But I don't want to call Paulie old, but there's no reason a man of his age should be doing that.
But look at him. He is perpendicular to the ground.
It is.
I've known Paulie for almost 18 years. So
Tread carefully.
Tread. He was definitely a teenager in the 1900s.
That's fair. That's accurate. Keep it nice and vague, very obtuse.
That's an awesome joke. That is an amazing joke.
Since you have worked so many people, obviously Paulie very recently, talk to us about some of your favorite opponents. Who do you love to work?
Nick Diamond. There's just
that little bitch.
I agree, but there's
That little
just something that
Karen.
him and I do that is just
Fucking Karen Diamond, man.
Saturday. I wrestled someone I met for the first time. His name's Scotty Young. He's
Scotty Young is great.
man. So I was very upfront and honest with him. I was like, look, I had no idea who you were. I found out where you were from, messaged one of my buddies from out that way. He put a good stamp on your name. I want to wrestle him every fucking weekend. That was probably the best match I've had to date. It was just fantastic. Like went off without a hitch.
Where was this? Where were you wrestling? It was ARW show.
Yeah. He beat me, but not without taking an ass whooping.
Well, there, that's very you. What about Scotty makes it such a good fit for you?
It was just like, man, very similar but slightly different styles. Very easy to work with. And just our timing. The timing of everything was just matched up perfectly. And again, this is someone I met for the first time. We've never been in a ring with each other even that day until the bell rang. It was just, we knew what we needed to do and it got done. And even everybody in the back was like, holy shit, that you guys could run that match back 2 or 3 more times. And I don't think anybody would be sick of it.
And that is pretty cool. Red has talked about chemistry, how it sometimes comes from the unlikeliest of places. And I think that's kind of what you're describing here. Why is Quinn Winnick flipping you off?
Why not? I would too.
Yeah, truthfully, why not? But I don't know. I think I was flexing on him before Xavier took that picture.
Oh, you just gotta love these wrestling league guys. It's just oh, look at that. All right, well, let's get your personal life out in the open. You're Woody.
Move aside. Bring Bree on.
Hey, there she is.
Hi.
Hello.
So yeah, that was Christmas, as you can tell.
I made him wear a onesie.
Yeah.
That Christmas he cried, everybody, just so you know, he cried.
Yeah, her mom wrote me a really sweet Christmas card, and I told her, tell your mom never to talk to me like that again.
No, you said, tell your mother next year she better watch her fucking mouth.
That's fair. Like, I had to go upstairs and take a moment. It was very sweet.
Oh, because you got an RC car.
This was the week before I won the IPW Junior Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, we went back a week later with his brother who surprised him from Tennessee, and there's not a picture without the belt. So
Damn
that's
straight.
a nice memory to have with his brother and our sister-in-law that we never get to really see just with the belt. It's my life.
Belts are magic, aren't they?
I just won it that day, and then we went downtown.
Oh,
Or
yeah. No.
the next day,
Yeah.
we went
my God.
downtown.
I sleep with the alternative title sitting right next to me at my bedside. So, hey, there it
One
is.
of my favorite looking belts right now.
Look at that.
I was all turned around.
You were, but that's a good looking belt, and you're a fine champion indeed. Let's talk a little bit about. You're wearing property of the family. How does Mugsy James become a prospect into one of the most notorious groups? See, Red knows a thing or two about notorious groups because it seems like every other week he's either reinventing one or doing shenanigans with one. How did you end up in the family?
Pestering Charlie. So if you scroll back many, many years, almost a decade at this point, you will see pictures of me sitting front row at ARW shows, watching Ivan Manson and Mike Anthony and Braun manhandle the entire locker room. And kind of suits me very well.
I love that picture. I have loved that. Yeah,
Charlie and I look together.
that
It's almost like
bad.
him and I look better than him and Ivan did.
Whoa, whoop. You're going to get yourself in trouble, and then you're going to be the subject of the Love Boat podcast.
And poke that bear until he's irritated enough.
Oh,
He got irritated this Saturday. Whoa. He was ready to rip me and Jay City apart.
I saw that Charlie was wrestling on Saturday.
Charlie whipped that workhorse's ass.
Well, the workhorses, that's what they do for a living. The workhorses get their ass whipped all over town. As far as being a prospect, are you still a prospect or are you part of the family?
I am still a prospect.
So how does this work? I mean, is this like a layaway plan? Are you paying money into an endowment? What is going on here?
Currently, I'm just getting my ass whooped and hoping Charlie doesn't take my shirt away.
So what about the other members of the family? Are they just like, let the kids struggle some more? I mean, obviously with Ivan retiring, that is a big hole in the family unit. See, I didn't need that. Don't give the workhorses the time of day here. Mikey Peterson, bastard.
I mean, we have the support of the old guard. Snake walked me out to the ring during my match on Saturday. OSM has been out there a couple times. It's just so we'll go back to March 26th last year in Janesville, Wisconsin. I beat Braun the Lumberjack in my first match ever. And then a couple months later at JWA, I beat OSM. And now it's kind of like, all right, well, the last three active members of the family were OSM, Braun, and Ivan. ARW didn't bring me in until Ivan retired, so I never got to fight him.
Ooh.
That's the.
So I almost felt like you were disappointed you never got to fight him. If he put the boots back on, would you like a crack at the champ?
I think that's the real test of a prospect. Someone who led the family to countless championships and victories for since before I was born.
Wow.
Back to the brotherhood, at least.
Almost sounds like you want to challenge Ivan Manson to come out of retirement and fight.
I threw the challenge out there.
That is very family. That is very family.
A little bit.
Well, so the family travels around and goes different places. Do you go everywhere with the family as the prospect, or do you only wrestle in certain places for them?
It's hit or miss. Like, obviously, frontline, I am Filthy Mugsy James.
We're gonna talk about. I got many a question about Filthy Mugsy. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. So obviously ARW, the family that's family country. They're big there. Do you stay primarily there, or do you go other places with the family?
I mean, I haven't brought them in with me yet. I'm trying to take care of things myself at IPW before I go reaching in my pocket for my phone and call them. Rocket Pro was the same thing. Yeah, Wrestle League. It's been talked about bringing one or two of them in for me. So it's just where I feel the need to have a little bit of backup. Otherwise, I like to think I can handle things on my own.
Well, this is very interesting. It's like you named three companies very quickly that you might like to infiltrate. I mean, as if RPW doesn't have enough problems with the banished idols and now the undeniable. And IPW, I don't know what the family would do at IPW. That would be an interesting situation there with the vast, diverse personalities that work there. And then, just all the chaos the family could cause. Who would you, if you could pick any of them, who would you want to bring?
Well, we did recently just welcome in a new prospect, Mr. Michael Morris. And I think I would bring him just to bring him under my wing a little bit. J City's been doing this longer than I have. He,
Boo.
I mean, I'll bring them both wherever.
Boo.
But Michael Morris, that man is just a murderer.
I actually like Morris quite a bit, and he was giving me some backup with the shit the workhorses were talking online. And I'm like, let's get together and end the workhorses permanently.
Yeah. He's commonly referred to as the wolf, and that boy is all bark. Or I'm sorry, all bite, no bark.
Yeah, pause.
Trust me, he bites. Look at that.
Yeah, look at that dude. That dude is
That man has legitimately fought people in a cage for money. No bullshit.
he looks like he would bite you and remove some of your flesh and enjoy doing the whole thing.
Like it looks like if he gets his arms around your neck, you're in his control. There's
done.
no stopping him.
You're done. Yeah. I just like the fact that he and I have a kinship in the world of social media. You know, he really shares and supports our shit, which I appreciate. So when the workhorses started calling me out, I'm like, hey, come to IPW, guys. It's been a while. I got this shiny belt here, and he's like, I'll come there and help you. And I'm like, hey, anytime somebody wants to come to help old Steve, I'm in for a penny, in for a pound. But that's neither here nor there. All right, so the family and take a good look at Mr. Morris. You're going to see him in many places. The legacy of this guy is on the uptick for sure. And it sounds like do you have to keep him under control, or do you ride with him, or do you bring him along and try to control him?
It's a little of all of it. It's moments where he is perfectly cool, calm, and collected, and then someone looks at us wrong, and the fucking fangs come out, and he wants to start mauling people.
I could think of a few people at IPW that I'd like to see mauled, but that's a story for another time.
You're
You and me
offensive.
both.
What, Rachel?
I said you and me both.
Well, hey, Rachel, who do you want him to maul? Let's deal with the people that you need eliminated.
The workhorses, obviously. I'd like them to go away.
Don't we all?
I love all of that.
Maybe Hot Rod every once in a while.
Ooh. Now, see, I was going to suggest that when Mugsy was talking about the Hardy Boys, I thought Mugsy and Andy could become a tag team, the Filthy Daddies or something like that. I think that could be like Team Extreme.
And
That
do
is
what?
half brain cells going.
Yeah,
This you do not need that.
yeah.
They
I'm gonna say it right here. Okay. After Andrew's Hot Rod Daddy Andy's little trick on Sunday, he woke up in so much pain at 5 o'clock in the fucking morning that he woke me up to check his hairy butt crack for bruises. Okay. Yes, it was at the ass crack of dawn. It was the literal ass crack of dawn.
Ass crack.
So,
If you become the Filthy Daddies, you will be checking his butt crack for bruises.
There you go. There you
Now
go.
that's extreme. That is some
I like
extreme shit.
person a little too much for that.
Oh, that's
Andrew, if you're coming on the podcast, come in here. Stop shouting through the door.
it's like she has him compartmentalized. Just he's in a room and then she lets him in, she yanks the chain, and here he comes.
Well, because he'll stand there. Like a little while ago, he was just standing there going, I love you. I love you. Like, it's going to be really weird if I just go, I love you on the podcast.
I thought you'd be talking about the workhorses who are presently pictured. Regalia.
I'd like to see one of them slide down a ramp like that, but I don't think it would happen.
No, it would not probably happen.
They lack coordination.
There's no coordination there whatsoever. All right, so
their sweatpants will snag.
They are very impressive in their sweatpants. That is, get some gear, boys. That's all you can say. So let's transition from the family to Filthy Mugsy James and Frontline Pro Wrestling, because this Saturday, This Means War is happening in Unity, Wisconsin, and it's going to be available on the Premier Streaming Network. If you can't make it out to Unity, it's available. If it's not available live, it'll be available to view. I just finished watching Honor Bound. What a production that was! So I'm stoked to head to Wisconsin to be a part of this, because you want to talk about a professional production. Jesus Christ, it's amazing to watch. And Filthy Mugsy James, is this filthy debut, or have you been filthy for a while now?
Yeah, it depends on what you mean.
As a wrestling character, this is the debut of Filthy, but in general,
You've been filthy for many years.
yeah.
Never met a bar of soap he didn't like. So TW3, one of the most popular members on the FPW roster. He is what now?
You can say all of Wisconsin, truthfully.
Well, I mean, he's very charismatic. I mean, I've had a chance to see him. He came down in our neck of the woods once upon a time. He's a $1 million character, man. The crowd loves him. You know, the locker room loves him. I mean, everybody loves this guy, TW3. And you know, you got a big match, and you seem to have an awful lot of animosity. And it's almost like you've got a point to make, or you're trying to. I can't quite put my finger on it, but you know, I hear in the wind that this has got different meanings for Filthy Mugsy.
Yeah, please. I'm coming to exterminate the false optimism that Mr. Tita has presented to the children of Wisconsin. Life isn't all unicorns and rainbows. There is evil that lives in this world, and I'm bringing it to your front door.
So you've watched TW3, you know what he's all about, and you see something in TW3 that you don't like, or you feel is a little misleading, and you want to expose it. I mean,
there's something dark lying right below the surface of him, and I think that needs to be exposed to the public.
So it almost sounds, you know, obviously it'll be a great match. Two great performers on a great stage, engaged in what will be a could be match of the night for sure. And that dude is, you know, he shouts superstar at you when you look at him. I mean, that's a great picture right there. That's a great example of why he is so electric, full of color and vibrance. And you seem to think that beneath the shiny exterior lurks something that you don't like, don't trust, and want to expose?
I would put it under the category of don't trust.
So does this make you kind of like a vigilante of sorts, where you're on some kind of crusade or mission to?
I would say a crusade. You can call me the Crusader of Frontline, because I'm going to expose everybody.
And you think everybody needs to be exposed?
A vast majority, yes.
This is puzzling. I mean, I've known many a Mugsy character, but I mean, you seem very focused on what you feel you need to do, yet you're very aloof in getting to the specifics.
So we'll go to my early teenage years, growing up in DCFS throughout group homes and a little bit of foster care. You are able to adapt and learn the darker secrets that people aren't presenting on the surface, and you can see it in everybody. Everybody has something that they don't want people to know about. I'm here to expose that.
Kind of like a whistleblower.
A truth teller.
Red, what about all this? This seems like it could be damaging behavior. You ever see anything like this before, Red?
Why are my nephews fighting? It's a headache. My nephew should not be fighting.
Well,
Just-
I mean, it seems like Mugsy, he's got a plan. Filthy Mugsy's on a crusade to.
Doesn't matter. My nephew don't need to be fighting.
But he's not fighting
you.
he's not fighting to fight. He's not fighting to be aloof. He's fighting for. I mean, I hate to quote DC, truth, justice, and some kind of way. I mean, he wants to expose the seedy underbelly of people that have attained adulation, maybe under false pretenses. That's a strong motivator.
I'll just say everybody has their reasons for doing everything. So whether, we can justify it or not, it's not us. It's not for us to justify, So if he feels like he has to do this, then he has to do it, It's for his self. So I just don't like it when my nephews fight. So
You're very much a family man. You've got nephews, grandchildren, sons, daughters. I mean, you run the gamut. Nieces, nephews, they're all out there. Yeah, you should have definitely invested in Trojan. You got so many damn family members. It's crazy. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Why? Why now, Mugsy James? Why now do you feel responsible to occupy the moral high ground?
It stems back to Honor Bound, sitting in the locker room and just kind of watching and listening. I got to get a good look at everybody there. I got to see the side eyes that they were giving other people, and there's jealousy and just grease, nastiness that lurks in that locker room.
So, Rachel, what do you have to say about this?
I think Crystal will be very dismayed to hear that you think that of her locker room.
No,
for one. What?
We love the magistrate. Crystal's fantastic.
Yeah, but she's so proud of her locker room.
She spoke volumes about it on this program.
Yeah.
The cohesiveness.
And Crystal doesn't see past the surface layer, apparently.
Oh, those are fighting words.
Are you going up against the will of the magistrate?
We'll see you this Saturday, Steve.
We certainly will.
We're going to talk more about Frontline in a minute, but having Mugsy on, and we've wanted to have Mugsy on for a while, and I wanted to spare no expense to make Mugsy's show special. So I decided I would bring a special guest on to converse with Mugsy directly, just because I thought it would be fun. So let's welcome our special surprise guest to the Power Hour. Come on, guest.
It's Sting!
Oh.
Who could it be? Who could be joining the Power Hour? Mugsy, read that name. Say it loud. Say it proud.
Nuts.
Ladies, at some point, here he comes. Ladies and gentlemen.
There he is.
What's
Let's
up?
welcome in a special surprise appearance by a man who is now becoming a member of the Power Hour. He's on here every other fucking week. It's Paul Tomaselli.
What's up? What's up? Thanks for having me, guys.
Great. Now he's going to beat me up through the screen again.
No.
Just so you know, when you run this back later on, if you do, he called you old.
Ooh.
He did. He did.
I
And
said,
he implied
a man your age
that I
shouldn't
am
be doing the
old
shit you
as
do.
well, 'cause I think we're the same age.
Wow, that mug.
So we're gonna fight, Mark. We're gonna fight.
Motherfucker. Wow. I was getting ready to put you over, kid.
I specifically did not use the word old.
Might as well.
I mean, Rion's got a nice picture that he showed earlier. Not your best. Look, Paulie's gone. Paulie's insulted. He's like, fuck you, I'm not old. Oh, now he's back. He's got a picture of you being choked out.
Hey, Paulie, the exact words that were said was that you were a teenager in the 1900s, which was last century. So I was just letting you know that was said because Steve just likes to start
I mean,
stuff.
technically, I was a teenager in the 1990s. So yeah.
1900s.
Yeah.
Speaking the truth.
I'm gonna whoop your ass next time I see you, kid.
Well, now I don't know because I'm looking at this picture here going, I mean, did you take the ass whipping? Did you get, I mean, you look like that doesn't look fun. Doesn't look comfortable.
So it's funny that picture is the one that's showing right now because we had a conversation after the match about taking photos and trying to make your opponent look good, which what the younger generation doesn't know how to do anymore. They just want to get themselves over and do spots and try to look good and then fuck up the veteran spot that they plan. It's very basic and easy, Mugsy. So I said, you know, I don't worry. I made sure to look that photo look really good for you because I saw Mike Bear, who, if you're not using Mike Bear for your shows, promoters out there,
use them.
Contact him, Michael Bear Photography, Mike Bear on Facebook for just his personal stuff. If you're not using Mike Bear to make your wrestlers and their action look great on your shows, you're using the wrong people. Helena Zenkman's another really good one, but I don't work with her a lot. But everything that she's ever shot at me, she made me look way better than I actually look. So, but Mike Bear does a phenomenal fucking job. And so I saw Mike there. So when he grabbed the lock, right, I was like, I'm like, don't worry, kid. I made you look good on that one. Sure as shit. There we go.
You did. I believe your exact words were,
hey,
I'm going to make that look good for your profile picture.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah. I think that was the exact word. Yep. Pretty much.
So you guys had your match, and I've seen lots of video. I mean, I saw the chop spot where you guys are chopping each other down. There's a lot of great footage of this match. You know, aside from the insults here and there, you know, he said many nice things about working with you. And, you know, we all agreed that, you know, if you want to have a great match, you work with someone that knows inside and out this business like you do. Tell us from your vet perspective, having just worked this man, what makes him special? If you have nothing nice to say, you don't have to say anything at all.
No, come on, man. I have nice things to say every so often. Sun's got to shine on a dog does every so often, right? No, man. As far as, you know, work rate, things that Muggsy knows what he's doing. My only thing that I have about our match was I knew he was nervous going into it, but I've been in his position before. I've known him since he was literally a kid. I mean, a kid, not, oh, he's, you know, teenagers breaking. Like, no, I've known him since he was, you were like, what, 10 or 11 did we figure out when I first met
Yeah,
him?
9, 10, 11, something like that.
So that was like when I got to wrestle Acid for the first time. You know, here I am like, oh shit, I'm in the ring with Acid, and I was watching him when I was in high school. And now we went from like, you know, athlete marking the crowd to, you know, equals, and now I have to have a good match with him. So I think Mugsy was a little nervous to get in the ring. And rightfully so. I mean, I would be too, you know, but I told him, like, it's only stiff for a little bit. and then we're good. Once you get a little stiffness out of the way, then we're fine. And so even though we had some stuff planned and things that didn't quite go the way, you know, you'd want it to go perfectly, but it was still good. We covered everything, and I think the crowd liked it. And to be the first match in I guess I don't even know what they're calling it, Starlight Wrestling Federation, I guess. I don't know, because that's Starlight Skate Park there. To be their first match for their new company, to set the tone for what I feel was a pretty decent show. I think we did a good job, man. And like I told him, I go, those little things that got screwed up, we will not make those same mistakes the next time we work each other, and we'll make something happen out of it.
Well, that's just a very cool way to work at it. So, Mugsy, now you have Paulie here.
Yeah.
What do you want to say to this man?
I messaged him earlier and apologized for my mistakes, but I really did learn a lot, especially you know, everybody always stresses, you know, work towards the camera, work for the camera. This man literally positioned me to get that picture. I fucked up and I was like, oh man, all right, we're not. Slow the fuck down. You know,
Yeah,
stay
like
on
we
track.
do the opening part, we get back in, it's like, all right, let's take it home. Like, we've been out of here for 2 minutes, bro.
Yeah.
Literally.
I was very mad at myself because
like, take a breath, go to the crowd. We're good. We're good. Work.
This match Sunday was hopefully going to be a test for me that I feel like I got a D- on, maybe a C- if we're being, maybe a D+, not even a C-.
D-.
I didn't bring everything I wanted to bring to that match. Like he said, nerves, you know, I don't want to say anxiety, but I was anxious for the match. I wanted to just get in there and like prove that I could do it. And, you know, the stiffness, I went into it expecting to get beat up a little bit. If there's anybody who's going to beat you up, it's someone that you've known for almost 20 years.
The only person that hit me harder than anyone else out there was Vito and Sal. The only people that hit me harder than anyone else is my brothers. So yeah, it is what it is. You know,
my first match with Quinn Wolitic, he cleared my sinuses for me.
That's stiff. That's all right.
It was an accident, but it happened.
But at the same time, I always said too, bring it back.
Yeah.
Don't. Yeah, I'm not that guy that's gonna stiff the shit out of you and then be like, no, don't hit me. What are you doing? Like, no.
Yeah, and none of it was, oh, this fucking asshole. Like
one of those chops, I think I got that
though. When the first time you had me on the corner, when you started doing the fucking shit, I looked at you and called you a cocksucker.
Which made me want to go even more. So, but the crowd liked it.
Instead of getting the crowd to clap with him, he used my chest as his other hand and pumped up the crowd with the other hand.
Nice.
20 times.
They were easy.
So
yeah, I mean, I went into it knowing what to expect, so it was just like, okay, fucking get it over with, please.
And you definitely know I'm the old guy in the match. Look at the photo because I have the weightlifting belt on now when I work. Like, but it's not to suck my gut, it's to make my back not hurt the next day.
So the question is for both of you. Obviously, you guys have known each other a long time, and is this the first time you fought each other?
This is the first time we've been in a ring together.
So does that add extra pressure because you know each other and you've kind of, there's a history there? Does it make it? I mean, obviously you had some anxiety. You know, how do you as a vet prepare for something like that, knowing what you're going to expect?
Man, this is gonna sound so like cliche and douchey, and I apologize. Let me just apologize up front. Getting ready for a match now is literally just another day at the office for me, man. Like we talked about for that retirement match, right? You know, you're like, oh, I love that match. This and I'm like, yeah, that was a Saturday night. You know, like. So as far as preparing, like I will say for this match, I did think of more things. I did get a little more excited about doing a few other, seeing what we could do. Whereas sometimes it's kind of like, I'll just see you out there, whereas, this time I was actually excited to get out there and do things. So from that aspect, as far as preparing things, I would say I didn't prepare any more or any less. I did think of a few more things, but I was also a little bit more excited to go out there and work with Mugsy than, some random person that I don't know from Ohio or something. You know what I mean? So I don't know. What about you, Mugsy?
No, it was definitely the same. And like, thankfully, I've watched you wrestle since the Elite Pro days. So like, you were talking about the neck breaker deal that didn't end up getting to you, but like, I already knew, like, if I took it, I knew how to take it.
Yeah.
I knew the shooting star press and the moonsault were coming.
Tell him what you said about the maneuver he did where you thought he was a magician, because I thought that was really cool.
That's the moonsault.
That's the moonsault into the shooting star press. Yeah.
I was telling him about how you just hooked my leg so gracefully, and I'm sitting there like, you don't want to, like, sitting there trying to figure out how the fuck you hooked my leg, but also trying to remember that I don't want to lose. I need to kick the fuck out. Like, I felt it. I wish there was an overhead camera over my face, because I felt him grab my leg as he landed and went, what the fuck?
Amber did get a great visual of the moonsault where they slowed it down to the moonsault, got back up, came back for the shooting star, and you can see the full twist and the turn as I'm reaching for your leg to grab into the pin.
It's ridiculous.
I know I shouldn't move the way I do, being
That's more so
220
what my comments about age was
yeah, no, I know,
effort.
man. And they're trying to get you. Basically, they're making you nubby right now, so I can come on and motherfuck you, and the next time I see you, I can sack tap you, and you can go,
Well,
"Ow."
great. Now Nubby's gonna get it when I see him.
Fuck nubby. So you know, nubby. But no, man. Like again, I know I shouldn't move the way I move. Even Sal, who still yells at me to this day when I send on my matches, like, there's no reason for you to be doing, the way you move. And for me, again, I'm just doing what I know how to do. Like I love it. I love doing flips. I love, doing that Arabian press moonsault where I can bounce my ass off the top rope and be thankful that I'm actually getting around and not snapping my neck on it, So I like that stuff, man. Take me to a trampoline park. I won't leave for hours. I'll bring my daughter sometimes and she'll be like, Dad, it's time to go. I'm like, no, let's keep going. Cut more. Like, I'm a nerd, man.
Since you're on here, has Vito ever done a shooting star press standing?
No.
Okay.
The only
we talked about it, and then I stopped myself and said I shouldn't doubt him doing it because now he will.
Vito, the only flips he ever did was a moonsault out of the corner like Shawn Michaels used to do. And he would do a senton bomb when he first started. And then he fucked his hip up doing it one time. He's like, I'm not doing that anymore. That was back in the airborne days, like when he was, young and thinking you're invincible.
I love the fact that that Vito said he'd come on just because I hope we get a screenshot of your face when he popped up because it was absolutely priceless. And that's what I like.
You mean when Paulie came on or when Vito came on? Vito on right now? You just said Vito.
I did?
Yeah.
Well, I'm old too.
Putting over my fucking brother. What a dickhead.
I love your
guy's not even in the business anymore. What do you?
Yeah, but he's once you're in he's always in the business. Hey, there's Nubby.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Look at that. You talk about a punchable face, and Nubby's got the most punchable face I have ever seen. Look at that look in his eye of like, I'm gonna try to steal your girlfriend right now. But dude, you're 4'8".
You think he's ever said that in his life?
No, but that look on his face makes it look like he's that guy. You're like, dude, you're a 4'8". You're not going to steal anyone's girlfriend.
All right, I'll kayfabe with you on that. I don't believe it, but it's all real.
He's the most insecure. The reason he's like, I figured out why you guys call him Turtle because he's always doing this, trying to put his head back in his shell. Oh God, I hope no one looks at me. I hope no one. Oh God, I'm being noticed. Shit. Yeah, that's Turtle. Yeah, red nose. He's gonna I'm not touching this.
All right, but I'm gonna put Nubby over real quick because coming back to wrestling and running into him again, who I met 18 years ago, was pretty cool. And once we started talking and he realized who I was, like, just good friends. Well, we're friends.
Nubby's a douche.
He's not a. Come on, you got to say nice things about Nubby.
I will never publicly say nice things about Nubby.
Will you say nice things about Mike?
No.
Okay, never mind. I thought I'd try to use the Jedi mind trick on you. Didn't we?
Why are we using government names, man? What the fuck's wrong with you?
I don't know.
Jesus Christ. Good Lord, Steve. Good Lord.
Amateur move.
Mm-hmm.
When I watched your match, what I could see of it with the pictures and the video, you guys looked like you were having a good time. It wasn't as fun as it looked.
It wasn't as fun as it looked.
No, was it as fun as it looked?
Oh, I'm sorry. I got distracted by that fucking
I know.
Rion, Fro, my man cow brother. Stop. You are killing me, Smalls.
I got it. That's the last one.
Look at that.
That's a large pizza, Mom.
That's the last one.
Listen. I want cheesy poops, goddammit.
Hey, keep in mind this.
God damn it, pizza guy. I said sausage, not pepperoni.
This is hold on. Keep in mind this is the Rocket Pro Wrestling Chicagoland champion.
Hey, put the profile picture up where he's got the Rocket Pro title everywhere, but it's white tape with red fucking marker where it says like Chicago or something like that.
I'll look for it.
Fucking Nubby.
Time out.
You all right, Red?
Wait, Red's calling timeout. We got
Is Rachel okay? Rachel's on sound. Is she okay?
I'm fine. I'm ugly laughing.
Rachel, it's a pleasure to meet you. You weren't on the last time I was a little upset.
I know. I think that was around the time I had my second surgery. So
you were under the weather is all that was told to me. So I'm glad you're doing better.
I've been having surgeries, so I have been not recovering well. So I have been in and out and on and off. So it is lovely to meet you. I have seen you wrestle.
I'm sorry.
I saw you at EWA. Trying to think. It was a few months ago. Probably January.
Yeah, where I wrestled Nick Cutler.
Yes.
That's when I cut the promo on Nick Cutler and his like miniature sized China doll was there trying to like flex on me.
Yeah.
The funny thing about these two is her balls are bigger than his.
Come on, he's retired now. You can't say nasty things about him.
He's okay. Hang on. Repeat what you just said.
He's retired now?
He's retired. So what you're telling me is pro wrestling was his full-time job that paid his bills.
Okay, let me
or hang on. Or was it a hobby that he quit? Because I used to be in a bowling league. And I quit. I didn't retire from bowling. You can't retire from a fucking hobby. So unless you're a guy that's living on the indies doing your job, like this is your full-time gig, you don't retire from the indies, man. You quit. You just stop doing it one day.
That I misspoke. That's on me.
I just like to be a dick. No, that sucks. I didn't know he quit, man. I didn't know he quit. I like Nick. Nick and I have had our ups and downs. It's weird, man. More so him hating me than anything else, but that's because I'm not one to keep my mouth shut. And when he was saying stupid things on Facebook, I got to call him out just to be a dick, and he's like, block. I'm like, man, come on, Nick.
I gotta see you on Saturday, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna see you. And then he'd be like, hey, brother, what's up? Don't brother me, you fucking nerd. Yeah. No, I like Nick though.
All right, so not retired, just on hiatus. Let's call it a hiatus.
Yeah, and you know what? Even Vito came back for a couple of one-offs, so you're never really done. I guaranteed if I call him right now, hey man, I got a booking for you Saturday. Like, all right, brother, let's do it.
I've quit roller derby at least 20 times in the last 8 years, so I quit after every bout.
Yeah, and I bet you're tougher than any wrestler that's been on this show doing roller derby. So I guarantee,
I'm right. I am.
I guarantee any dude wrestler or even chick wrestler that's been on this show would get roller skates on and fall flat on their fucking face. So
I don't know. Davison Sarai seems to think she can outskate me. So
you know what? I don't know who that is. So fuck her. No, she can't. I know you, Rachel. That's about it.
Thank you.
Yeah, roller derby is no joke. They are some violent individuals, and there's some sadistic shit that goes on in a Saturday night in Homewood. That's for sure.
Even better, watching like 11-year-olds do full-on roller derby is fucking awesome.
Greatest thing I've ever.
Is it better than 5-year-old kids trying to wrestle where they're just mauling one another?
Yeah, Mugsy is like my daughter's like de facto godfather, basically. And he came out to see
you need better role models for your daughter, honey. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. But he came out to see her play roller derby in her first bout, and like it was. Him and Bree were egging her on to throw elbows at people.
Hell yeah!
Like I went.
I
went from watching her be very timid to about like the second round or whatever, fucking snarling and like trying to fight girls bigger than her.
That's how you do it.
I was like, you gotta get low and throw elbows, and she was just like giggling and all like.
Hey man, it's prison rules out there, man. Shank your
right, exactly.
Oh yeah, trust me, she figured that out. She was up against a 3-person wall. All 3 people were twice her size, and she's like, "Fuck it!" And starts throwing elbows at everyone.
I want to know why the other team had like 16-year-olds, and then her team had like 10 and 7-year-olds.
Yeah.
The other team had fucking Hot Topic employees on their team.
The fucking I'm stealing fucking South Park goth.
That's like a few years ago, back when Hardcore Craig's kid was in 8th grade. He makes it to the state finals, and the kid he has to wrestle was like, literally, I saw him shaving in the bathroom. Like, oh, hey, what's up, dude? I'm like, pretty sure you're not in 8th grade, bud. Pretty sure.
12.
Yeah, I am 12. Exactly. Yeah, it was like from the goddamn
warmers.
Rob Schneider bench warmers. Yes, thank you. Yeah, I am 12. Okay. Yeah.
Uncle Mugsy, a bad
Real talk, I am gonna frame that photo and put it up.
Good.
I'm a bad influence, but I teach good life lessons.
throw
Life
elbow.
lessons learned the hard
Hey,
way through
everyone.
Uncle Mugsy.
So Mugsy, we brought Vito. Oh, God Christ, I did it again.
Oh, you did that on purpose.
I did that on purpose.
I am sack tapping the shit out of you next time I see you, bro.
I'm dead down there anyway, dead from the waist down. So have at it.
Ah, you're
Maybe
married.
maybe like a car battery you can jumpstart me. I appreciate that. So
Hey, get Blue Chew. It's real. It's a lot of fun, from what I hear.
well,
Yeah.
endorsed by Power Ballad Tomaselli.
Get your Peter meat real hard.
So you can't fight that feeling any longer. Indeed.
If you think
and
what I
it's chewable, so digest better. Sorry, I'm going over every Conrad Thompson commercial in my head right now to promote it. Yeah, I want to get sponsored by Blue Chew. That'd be fantastic.
I feel like you got a good case right here. Oh, just send him a copy of the last show you were on when you were waxing poetic about love. They'll
Hey
love
man,
you.
seriously, you know what, motherfucker? I'm sorry that Brandon and Paulie are really two different people, and you think this Paulie guy is some dude that's whatever, but I'm a real person, man. I'm allowed to be in a relationship. I'm allowed to have,
Absolutely
something special in my life. And then this asshole sitting back here with his stupid glasses on inside wants to tell, oh yeah, I'm a commentary. I'm trying to wrestle Aaron Xavier here. Oh yeah, I call him Power Ballad. He's in love and blah blah. Don't put over the match. Put over your podcast, fuckhead. The worst
You
part
are
about
very, very focused on people's personal relationships.
the worst part about it, C Red, Rachel, he doesn't mention you guys at all. He talks about it's my podcast. My podcast. Doesn't mention you guys at all. Doesn't even mention the name of the show. Doesn't even promote the show to say, hey, if you're listening out there on YouTube land, check it out on Tuesday nights, blah, blah, blah. No, it's just, yeah, my podcast. I had Paulie on, like, dropping names like my name means anything in the fucking business. So
That was right before you took out the entire front row of that section when you kicked Xavier and Angel in the face simultaneously.
I didn't kick them in the face, but I evidently hit a kid.
Well,
But in my defense, I did say, get out the way. And then everyone moved but one little fucking nerdy ginger. Yeah.
So what you're saying is he deserved it.
Yeah.
He deserved it. Fuck that nerd.
that was
Well, I will say that we know how Steve is. So it does say on my Facebook profile that I work for C Red's Power Hour podcast. It
Time
does.
out real quick. That last picture, just to my Tomaselli Iron Saint knowledge. Big Money Wrestlers premiere, correct?
Yeah.
Boom.
Dude, so we get a call the day before. Oh, here I'm going right into story time again. Jesus Christ. Steve, that always happens. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm
I'm
shocked.
very bad at getting people to do this. I do it to Marche all the time.
So, we get a call the day before. Hey, you guys want to do the movie premiere tomorrow night? What are you talking about? Because we weren't a part of the movie. So, but we knew that the Clowns had a movie coming out, whatever. But yeah, we'll do it. Bring the belts, blah, blah, blah. So we show up and they're like, all right. You guys got your dress clothes? I'm like, what are you talking about? We thought we were just going to go to a movie and watch the premiere of this movie. No, they wanted us full gimmicked up because we weren't the haters yet. We were still the Tomaselli brothers at this point. So we go to the mall. We find these rad ass jackets. Dude, they were so fucking cool. I ended up puking all over Vito's when I was drunk. Story for another time. But so we go to the mall. We buy these jackets. We get some nicer clothes and stuff. And throughout the entire day, everyone that's a part of Psychopathic Records, it doesn't matter if they were a front office person, if they were on the label itself, everyone wanted to have a ride in the limo to show up and do the red carpet. And the rule was, if you're not in the movie, you're not walking the red carpet. And so Vito and I are like, well, what the fuck did we just buy these jackets for and all this other stuff? And then Val and Jay goes, no, you guys are cool. Don't worry. We got an idea for you guys. So people at Psychopathic Records were pissed that two of their JCW guys, because JCW was kind of not looked down upon, but it was just Shaggy and Violent J's thing. Everyone else is like, fuck, why are we wasting our time with this? There's no money here. There's nothing to this. Like, we don't need these guys. But they saw, you know, they love wrestling. So like, no, fuck you, we're doing this. Like, we're the face of the place. So fuck off. So when people found out that Peter and I were walking the red carpet, they were fucking livid that these two assholes, and they're like, they're champions for the company. Like, fuck them. Right? So we showed up at the one place. They had the same limo, just making a loop. Drop people off, come back, pick people up, drop people off, just driving around the block. But it was like new limos pulling up every time we pull up. We're like, yo, what's up? And they put a microphone in front of our faces. And at that time, I was not very comfortable just freely speaking and doing whatever. Vito was always our mouthpiece. He grabs that fucking mic, like, oh, fuck you people. Like, we'll be in the next movie. We're taking over. Dude, it was amazing that again, another thing because of the clowns, that this little dorky kid from McHenry, Illinois, got to do something as rad as walking a red carpet movie premiere thing. Like, it was awesome. Minus that stupid chin goatee that I thought was really cool. That was real, but is what it is.
You just can't help yourself and come on and tell cool fucking stories. It's just you have
Well,
too
that's literally the point of the podcast, Steve.
It is.
And we're trying to get ratings.
This is Mugsy's podcast. And he's
hey man.
I asked the question.
That's true. You did
I'm
ask
the host now.
I'm the captain.
Breathe. See,
Again,
this is good shit, Steve. We should have more guests like this.
I could sit here and
Instead of
interview
your little
hours.
surprise
Mugsy, hey,
short
Steve, put yourself
story.
on mute. Mugsy, interview me as if this was just me and you and Rachel and Steve on a podcast.
I didn't mean Paulie and not Mugsy. I meant the banter between the two of them.
You
So you gotta realize we literally have a 20-year relationship though. So
yeah.
we go ahead. Ask me another question, Mugsy. Let's see what you got here, kid. Let's see if you can make up for that fucked up open spot that you did on Sunday.
Try to ignore the turtle picture. I'm having trouble doing it.
I'm
Try
getting
to ignore it.
I'm getting a little mad, buddy. Getting a little hot on the deal, if you will.
Fuck, I'm a little better at working on the fly than this normally.
Yeah, well, I thought you'd be better at working the fly on Sunday, but you fucked that up too.
Oh shit.
I got another one. That's not turtle. I got another one.
I want you to tell the story of the best that you told me on Sunday.
Which best of the best?
You and Vito driving out there, and you're like, "Hey, let's not fucking kill each other this
Oh,
weekend."
I've told that story on this podcast before.
Oh, then fuck them.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Well,
I haven't heard it.
Oh, okay. So this would have been 2007, I think. Right, Mugsy? 2007-ish?
Vaguely. The good years of CW.
Yeah, so we were working at IW Mid-South at the time. So maybe it was like 06, probably 06. And Vito, Sal, and myself were in a huge food. Vito and Sal being the Iron Saints, and then me and random guy A, B, or C. It was usually Trick Davis, B-Boy, sometimes Matt Seidel if I was lucky. But usually one of those three who were on the show like would be my tag partner against Vito and Sal. And so we're driving out to Philly, and Vito's like, "Hey man, I got an idea. Like tonight, let's have a real technical match. Let's get the crowd behind us. Let's get over in Philly without beating the fuck out of one another." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm down. That's great. So we put our match together, and to this day, again, 20 years doing this shit, like that's probably one of my most favorite matches. And it's got a great photo if Rion can find it. It's somewhere on my Facebook of Vito giving me a brain buster onto a chair on the outside of the ring. It was crazy. And we even did a Canadian Destroyer into the match where when we got in the back, Drake Younger of all people was like, "Man, you fuckers I would never do that." And Vito goes, "Listen, man, if that guy is saying he would never do that, we did something right out there." I was like, I agree. And Vito called it to take it. I was like, "You dumb motherfucker." Okay. But we started our match off. Everything's going good. And to cut off, to like get things kind of like really going after the chain wrestling, because back then, the first 10 to 15 minutes of a match was always chain wrestling. That's a lost art this day. You don't find it anymore, which sucks. Because chain wrestling really was a lot of fun for the wrestlers. But we do our chain thing, and Vito gives me a shot, and he tells you, "Yeah, I'll give you a shot. Don't worry, man. It'll be fine. And then we'll go to this, blah blah blah. Tackle, drop down, do it again, blah blah blah." Okay, great. boom, 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 shot. And when he hit me like, I got you, motherfucker. No, you didn't. And I was like, really? Now we're doing that. He goes, yeah, we're doing that. So I take my forearm and I cock it like a shotgun because our buddy Jay Jensen, Mugsy's uncle, would do that before he'd hit someone. He'd cock it like a shotgun, reel back. So I just thought that was cool as shit. And I'm like, yeah, put that in my pocket right now. So we're doing that. Yeah, we're doing that. Okay, great. Click, click, boom. And I blast Vito as hard as I can because now it's on. And we're in Philadelphia. We already had the crowd. And you always hear, if you can get over with the Philly crowd, you can get over anywhere, right? I blast Vito as hard. He just falls to his ass like, no, we're not doing that. Yes, we are. Get back up, bitch. So yeah, man. We do our match. Everything's great. Match is over, and the crowd started chanting "Tomaselli, Tomaselli," and like, there's a great picture of Vito and I were hugging in the middle of the ECW arena, and I'll never forget him whispering in my ear, like, he said, "We did it. Like we got over in Philly." And I remember just thinking, like, this is the coolest feeling ever to be with my brother in the middle of the literally middle of the ECW arena, and we are fucking like over like we're over. And Red, again, you worked in that arena. Like, it's hard to get over those fucking people, and when you can, man, talk about a rush, talk about a drug. Honestly, like I've never done drugs, nothing like that, but the high and the addiction of that rush, that initial like. Oh, you walk through that crowd and you're, come on, and the crowd, it's the best, man.
Dude, that was us, and it wasn't even the first night we got the win, and that was cool. But to go on to the second night and we lose, but you get 700 fucking people standing on their feet chanting, "Please come back," and like it became surreal. Like, you always crack a joke about being from
just a nerdy kid, from the suburbs.
Right. But that's how I looked at it. I'm like, fuck, we're just 4 black guys from Chicago. Like, nobody knew who the fuck we were before we came out here.
Yep.
And
but they believed in you enough because they knew Quack believed in you guys enough. And then you got, holy fuck, Rion, that is
Wow.
Hey,
that is a very young Brandon Tomaselli right there, if you will.
I am trying. I'm trying to find that Brand Buster photo, but we're trying to go between both your pages a little rough. So I found this one instead. I'm still.
I want to say it was. It might be a profile picture if you go to albums.
Okay, I'll go there next. But as you
Let's
can see,
not ignore the time that Mugsy James challenged COVID. How'd that work out for you?
Still haven't gotten it, baby.
That was a great picture of you calling COVID out.
That is my favorite picture ever. That picture, that body is built by fucking push-ups, squats. That is wrestling calisthenics right there. And Little Debbie snack cakes.
Homemade by my mother, though.
Yeah, they were actually Big Debbie snack cakes because Bree's mom's name is Deb.
Well, there you go.
So, Paulie, you mentioned Jay, and I just that reminded me that the three of you guys, you, Vito, and Sal, gave me like one of my favorite childhood memories growing up. The biggest straight up villains fan fucking ever. You guys are attacking Jay at that like Mokina building on the first show.
Okay.
And fucking the music hits and Pretty Ricky storms the ring.
Pretty Ricky's what they call him, baby.
Oh my
Love
God.
that fucking guy.
I just told Bree last night while we were eating dinner that
don't get me started on Pretty fucking Ricky,
a bunch of fruit and shit me out of fruitcake.
Coolest dude you're ever. Okay, you want to talk about a guy cooler than the other side of the pillow? Our friend Ricky Maverick. He was wrestled as a Maverick back in the LWF days. He teamed with Mugsy's Uncle Jay. This guy, again, when you're good at something, you don't need to brag that you're good at something, right? This guy is cool. He doesn't need to tell people he's cool. He's just fucking cool. And he comes up with these one-liners where you're like, dude, you wrote that down during the week and figured out a time like where you were gonna try to like say that, right? He's like, nah, bro. Nah, dude, it's just me. Like, what the fuck? So we're watching a UFC pay-per-view one time. 08 maybe. Elite was still going on. So between 07, 08, 09. And Chris Angel pops up on the screen and he goes, "Yo, I hate that fucking dude." And the whole room is like, huh? Like, what? Why, Ricky? Like, why? He goes, "Man, if you're so magical, why don't you get a bunch of fruit and shit out of fucking fruitcake? Fuck that guy." Ah! Fucking Ricky, man.
Like,
Pretty
Jay's
Ricky's
my
what they call
uncle.
him.
Jay's my uncle, but Ricky was my favorite.
Yeah.
Ricky made me start wearing Punisher t-shirts and having a mohawk.
Me too. Me too. Oh,
Like,
pretty
how tall
Ricky's
is
what they
Ricky?
call
Like
him.
6'3", 6'4"?
Every bit of it, and he's all
Yeah.
man.
And
He is
he's
just
all
man.
jacked.
Yeah.
Oh
Man.
He
Like
is
I said
all
in that
man.
comment, like, Ricky, Acid, Sin, fucking you back, like all you guys back in the Elite Pro days, like, that was super. I know that video.
Oh, so that there's a story to that video too.
Try that shit with me, I'll fuck you up.
Oh, you're stealing my lines, fella. You're stealing my lines.
So I was
Yeah.
supposed to wrestle him at Frontline at this show, Steve.
Great dude. Great dude.
Yeah, absolutely. I met him at the last Frontline show, and he was cool as shit. But when we
Yeah.
locked up, I was gonna say that to him to fuck with him.
I said that to his tag partner though, but yeah, no, he would get it. He'd go, "Man, why you gotta bring that shit up?" Yeah, great,
But no, yeah,
great fucking
I've met
guy.
him once now, and he's super fucking cool guy.
Do you know the story of that match, Steve?
I don't think I do.
All right. Well, if you go on YouTube and search Vito's page, you can see the full story because Vito did a whole rundown of it. But long and short is we're getting ready. This is probably 2009, early 2010. We're getting ready to go on tour with the Clowns, and we're JCW Tag Champions. And Dysfunction. It's funny because you can see Sal up in the balcony too in that photo, which is really funny. We're Dysfunction books us for show Milwaukee, and we're working Jared Jackson, his partner Mason. Mason, I'm sorry, dude. I don't remember his last name in the business. He quit. He broke his neck and couldn't fucking work anymore. It was actually really bad. He's a really good worker. But Vito's in there, and old boy gives him a snapmare, rolls through, and comes back and bobs Vito in the face. So the way we were all trained was, 1 for 1. You give me a stiff shot, give me one back, we're good to go. Everything's fine. We're even. Yeah. Bobs Vito in the face. Vito gets up, bob, blasts him. There it is. Vito blasts the dude. Well, now a boy wants to fight. And normally I'm the hothead. Vito's the one that's always, keeping the rest professional, keeping me calm down, this and that. And Vito fucking lost it and just started bam, bam, bam. They lock up and Vito pulls him and gives him a fucking knee to the face. Because as Vito says, I was playing a lot of UFC at the time because he was playing it on PlayStation. So I eventually get in, like, hey, get me, and I give him a shot. Old boy wants to come back at me, and I'm like, no, get out. I told him, like, I'm the wrong person you want to fuck with out there, dude. Like, the harder you hit me, the stiffer I get. Like, let's go, and not just in the ring, if you know what I mean. Like, I get off on getting hit. Like, I love that, getting the crowd to pop like that. I can take a blast, and so we just went back and forth. Eventually, I just take him. I just threw him into his partner to tag out, and as his partner was going, I go, try that shit with me and I'll fuck you up. Like, come on, man. Like, yeah. And then that actual photo, yeah, we almost dumped him right on his fucking head. Again, being, almost 40 now and having a daughter and being an adult, I would never do that again. But yeah, at the time that was pretty scary, man. It's pretty fucked up.
I think we lost our photographer, at least.
He did, but at least he found the cool photo.
He sure did. He outdid himself tonight. Rion was on point. There were some great photos that he showed tonight. I won't be able to get the turtle one out of my head, unfortunately, but you
fuck
wait.
The turtle. I say fuck the turtle.
Oh, you're a little chic. Little Iron Sheik action happening there. Red Iron Sheik.
I take him and I make him home.
You guys, everybody here's wrestling fan. We lost to Sheik. What does it mean to you to have someone like that go away? That's just a general question for anybody. Answer away.
Iron Sheik was beyond me, obviously, but the character of the Iron Sheik is fucking ageless. And just not being able to see the Iron Sheik Twitter posts anymore, at least, updated, current, new ones coming out, it's going to be very unfortunate. Hearing him say, fuck the Hulk Hogan, the hot dog skinned Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, for me, man, it's sad when anyone dies. You never want someone to pass.
Right.
And, as far as a legend in the business, yes, absolutely. But he even kind of precedes me as far as wrestling goes, because, I don't really like anything before 1987. And even that's a little hard to watch, too. 88, 89, 90 is when I really, kicked in as, a 6-year-old kid watching wrestling. But, like I said, anyone that passes away, that sucks. If I'm honest, though, I can't believe he was still alive today with the shit that guy went through and did to his body and drugs and everything else. So kudos to him for making it as long as he did. I'm shocked Jake the Snake's still with us too at this point. But I will say this: I'm more shocked that there were that many quote unquote Sheik fans out there, because after he passed away, getting your Facebook pages loaded with them and thanks for the memories. Come on, were you really that big of a fan of him? Or were you just trying to get a couple likes on Facebook? So, but that's the asshole in me talking. So I don't know.
But now him and New Jack are up in heaven causing fucking havoc.
Oh God, dude, New Jack, New Jack. That I've never been so scared before in a wrestling match than working with New Jack.
You worked with my favorite wrestler of all time, and I didn't know this.
And it's story time again. Yeah. So Ian Rotten booked this Survivor Series style match. Me, Vito, Sal, Jimmy Jacobs, and Josh Abercrombie. Because we were a group at the time against Corporal Robinson, Ian Rotten, Spider Nate Webb, Corporal Robinson. Did I say Corporal yet?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ian Corp, Spider Nate Webb, Necro Butcher, and New Jack.
Oh,
Yeah. The
Ian was
gimmick,
putting a hit out on you guys.
the gimmick was y'all were gonna die.
the gimmick was, though, when you got eliminated, you didn't just walk your happy ass in the back. No, you got duct taped to the bottom rope from the outside. So if someone wants to go fuck with you, they can go hit you and do whatever. Josh Abercrombie, thinking he'd be smart, I won't have to do a bunch of shit. I'll go out first, guys. Cool. Yeah, not a good idea. Because as he's duct taped with his left arm to the bottom rope, as he's standing on the floor, Necro Butcher comes by and starts beating him with a fucking belt. Wham, wham, wham. And Josh is literally defenseless, there's nothing I can do. And he's like, say sweet baby Jesus. Say sweet baby Jesus. Say sweet baby Jesus. And dude, he was whipping the shit out of poor Josh Abercrombie. I felt terrible for him, right? And so we're the last match that night. And so as we're leading up to it, we hear New Jack tell Corp, you got any vodka? And I look at Vito dude, he's gonna be fucked up out there. I don't work like this. I don't work like this. And Vito goes, well, you know what we need to do? I'm like, no, let's say he goes, you start drinking. I go, what do you mean?
That's the right response.
Yeah, what do you mean? And again, I'm talking as the rookie to a vet, right? What do you mean? He's like, gotta get on their level, man. Just let's get on their fucking level. Oh, okay. So that's the first time I ever went out to the ring with a buzz. Was that match? But we're terrified because at the time, this was just after New Jack had stabbed that dude with that Wolverine claw that he had. So we're terrified of Jerome, right? New Jack. Turns out the dude couldn't be cooler than anyone you ever. He was super cool to us, super nice to us. It also helped out that Necro Butcher, or that Necro put us over, but Corp put us over to him. Now these guys are cool. Don't fuck with them. They will listen to you. They will do anything you want them to do. Don't be assholes. All right, dog. All right. So I'm gonna hit you, and I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna fuck you up as he's pointing to Sal and stuff. Okay. That's fine. And that was Sal. Sal was always the guy that got fucked up by whoever, because Vito go, yeah, Sal will take that. Don't worry, Sal will take that. Oh, we're gonna die. We're gonna die in this match. And it was so funny too, because it was the Hammond Armory. So they backed the ring truck in there. There was a big garage door that backed into the gymnasium there. And Ian wanted New Jack to jump off the ring truck down onto a table. And he goes, I'll do it, boss. Yeah, I'll do it. how much you gonna fucking pay me? And Ian's like, I'm already paying. He's like, not enough to do that, motherfucker. And we're like, oh shit. So this is where we started getting scared because we thought he was getting mad at Ian. Because Ian's like, come on, just come on, gotta do it for me. No, I ain't fucking doing it, boss. I ain't fucking doing it. Finally, Corpse said, I'll do it. So that was good. He wanted a big high spot for the night. And but yeah, man, that's where I was terrified because I basically told Nate Webb, like, hey man, I want to be married to you tonight. Because I like Nate. I know I'm gonna be safe. I'm not gonna get punched in the face if I'm working necro. Like, I'm gonna be okay. Don't worry, man. I got you. I remember I posted Nate and I went to go walk around the other side of the post, and there's New Jack standing there. I was like, no. I didn't want this. I just want to have my picture next to you as like on the match card. Like, yay. I worked with New Jack, but didn't have to work with him. Because again, I was terrified, man. I was 20 years old, 21 years old, maybe, like, early 20s. Like, no, like, you're a man. I realized today that I'm still a child. Like, I don't need this. And I remember he looked at me and like we kind of locked up, and he goes, "Hit me, white boy." I give him and again, like, the local guy hitting the name, like, Asa, right? I said, "Hit me, white boy." And I go a little bit stiffer, right? He goes, "I can't say the word, so I'll get canceled. N-word, hit me." So I blast him as hard as I can, right? He goes, "That was good, white boy. Throw me in the ring." That's my own one and only New Jack experience. Great dude. Yeah. I've heard horror stories, but he was nothing but cool with us. So no complaints there.
And
Hit me, white boy. And what?
And you didn't die.
I didn't die. No, I did not.
Moral of the story, kids, is if you walk out not dead, that's preferable.
Necro Butcher's one of my most favorite guys to work with, though, if I'm being real honest. As scary as he is, he's one of the easiest guys to work with ever.
And nice.
Yeah, and if he fucks up by chance, like maybe he stiffs you a little bit, you better fucking blast me back, guy. I'm so sorry. Like, okay, here it is. Like, no. I said get me back. Like, oh shit, okay. Like I thought I did, So yeah, he's funny. I remember we're up in Detroit, and Beater and I are dressed as the Ring Riders. The Riders we're a group of the Psychopathic Records guys, but instead of wearing face paint, they had like bandanas on. They were like more of a gangster rap type style, and that was the Riders. So then they had the Ring Riders. So Beater and I would dress as the Ring Riders, and we go over for the belts, and then we rip the mask off. Like, no, fuck you, we're not the Riders, the Tomasellis, right? So it was really bad. People were so pissed at us that night that a guy threw his car keys at me. I remember it hit me, and I looked like, what the fuck? And I looked down, I'm like, someone's not getting home tonight, motherfucker. And I kept those in my bag for the longest time, so I finally just threw them away. But we're battling. We're in like a bar venue, like a bar concert venue type place, and we're going up these stairs. And Necro's going back, and he came back and he popped me right in the face. And he got me good, like good. But he's half blind. Like he literally is half blind. Like that's a shoot. So, oh brother, I'm sorry. As he pulls me, give me a good one. I'm like, yeah. And this time I'd worked with him enough to know you give him a good one. He means give him a good one. So I tagged him, but nothing terrible. He's like, that was good, brother. Let's keep going. But the best part about the entire thing of that match, we're in the back, and Necro takes a Bic pen, just your standard Bic pen with a cap you take off, and he takes the cap off, he takes the inside out, throws it, and starts wrapping it in tape. And I'm like, what are you doing, man? He's like, this is gonna be the gimmick tonight, kid. I'm like, what? He goes, I'm gonna hit you with this, and they're gonna think I stabbed you with a fork. And I'm like, what? No. He's like, trust me, it's dark out there. They won't know a fucking difference. So he tapes it up. When he pulls it out of his pocket, he holds it up, but he's holding it where all you see is just a little bit hanging out right here. Not the full plastic piece of, 6 inches of a pen, right? Takes it out. I'm going to fork this motherfucker. And he gets me. Oh, he's hitting me. He gimmicked the whole thing, but it was ridiculous, man. And I got a huge pop in the little bit of the crowd that saw it. It was ridiculous. We were going up these stairs, and I thought he was going to have me throw him over the balcony, which I was kind of excited for because I'm a fan of that kind of shit. But thankfully he didn't, because he probably would have died if he called that. So yeah, old Necro Butcher.
Dude, I love him. I love him to
He's
death.
awesome, right?
Dude,
He's awesome.
to see him wrestle and then share a locker room and his ass breaks out his glasses and a fucking book. And it's not just,
No, it's like the Great Gatsby. You're like, what? You're reading the Great Gatsby? What the fuck? Oh, it's a timeless classic, brother. Okay, thanks.
Right, and you're like, you read like, okay, whatever, Ah,
yeah,
fuck. So many good memories tonight. Oh shit.
That's Dylan. The Necro Butcher goes away, and that's Dylan.
Right. Dude, but I mean, again, to share that locker room.
This is also the same guy that I saw in bare feet jumping up and down in thumbtacks in the middle of the ring. And I'm going, I don't want to go out there. It feels like we gotta go. I'm like, I don't want to go out there. I'll work with Pondo. He's like, that's fine, man. You work with Pondo. I'll take
Fuck that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Dude, when we did the Lethal Lottery, and it's funny because people talk about Lethal Lotteries now. And
Lethal Lottery is my favorite, dude. I love that.
Yeah, but like for us, like again, we're in the locker room. Like, yeah, if we pull people like Ali and
I pulled Sal one time. It was fantastic.
Right, but I'm saying, but for us, we were like, okay, but what on the extreme end? Like, again, you've got.
Why are you worried about it? You're a manager, man. No offense. I'm trying to be a dick, but
fuck that, because I'm not trying to be nowhere near fucking Necro, and his ass is in full blown. I'm straight.
He's fine. Just learn how to work, kid. Learn how to work.
See, no, I know how to work.
Tuck your chin and go. Tuck your chin and go.
Not like that. And again, that night it was just fate that Marche and Jazz pulled each other, but it was like to sit in that locker room and go, who, like, again, look at who the fuck is in this locker room. Like, no, I'm good. I am good. Plus, I had been a huge fan of Mid-South, even before I started wrestling.
Right.
So to see everybody in some of the bullshit that would go on, and I'd be like, not a person I ever want to meet in the fucking dark alley. I'm good.
Like Bull Payne.
You
ever work with Bull?
Yeah.
Dude, Bull's the best. One of the best ribs ever was Tyler Black, Merrick Brave, and I forgot who the third guy was. But they go out there. It might have been Josh Abercrombie. I think it was Josh. But they went out there and did a three-way dance. And during their match, and they were crushing it, man. Like they were hungry. They were, they wanted to get noticed. They're doing this shit. And Bull's like, hey, should we fuck with them when they get back? Bull, whatever you want to do, man. You're 8 feet tall and 7 feet wide. Like whatever you want to do, you do, bro. Like there's nothing we can do about that, right? All right, look, just follow my lead, guys. Don't worry, Bull. We will. They get in the back. Hey, get over here, you motherfuckers! Why are you killing the fucking business out there? And they're just like, sorry, Bull. Sorry. No, you're killing the fucking business. You're fucking out there. You're not selling shit. Doing all these flippy floppy bullshit. I gotta go follow it. Fuck you guys. And they're like, oh, sorry. He's like, I'm just fucking with you guys. That was really good. That's how you make a kid shit their pants. He just walks away. Oh, Bull Payne. Bull Payne's also the guy that has the greatest line ever of, I can't trip myself out there, kid. Muggsy, you probably heard that line before a time or two. I can't trip myself out there, kid. I can't trip myself. That's a Bull Payne line because he was heating on the guy and he was waiting for it to come back in certain spots. And the kid never came back and he just beat the fuck out of him for like 12 minutes straight. He's like, hey, you got to fight back when you're out there with me, man. He's like, fuck, I can't trip myself out there. And Vito, Sal, and I sat back and went, I'm never not going to be saying that line for the rest of my life. And I have said that in every aspect. Like I've been at work and the guy couldn't figure these out. He wanted to, I just took over this, and he's like, oh, I was confused. I'm like, yeah, well, I can't trip myself, dude. Sorry. If you want to do something, just cut me off. Yeah. I can't trip myself out there, kid. That should be the name of the show tonight.
Can't trip myself.
Can't trip myself.
Oh boy. let's get back to, since this is Mugsy's show. Let's
Sorry, Mugsy.
Paulie just said that it's Paulie Tomaselli part 4.
Rachel said she likes good stories.
Rachel loves stories, and she's right. You have the best stories.
We'll have a Power Hour 4 for real one day.
We absolutely will. We absolutely will. Red, give Mugsy some roses, because Mugsy's he came in, he took the heat from Paulie Tomaselli, both in the ring and on the podcast.
That was no heat, let me tell you. That was a shine. If anything, I try to get him, let him take the heat over, but I can't.
I'm sorry, he gave Turtle the heat.
Yeah, fuck Turtle. that short armed little turd, thinking he's appreciating the business. He doesn't. No, he sucks. Fucking the Turtle. That's all I can say.
Red, give some roses so we can get the fuck out of here.
Shit.
Yeah, come on.
First of all,
I can't trip myself up, Red.
Shut the fuck up, Steve.
Show name.
The one thing I didn't know, and I guess, and so I do thank Paulie, I didn't know Jay was your uncle. So that, again, that's for the second week.
Wait, time out. Can I just say something? And kudos to Mugsy James on this one, because he actually got me, and I didn't know he was gonna do this. And the only thing that he fucked up on was not having the proper theme music for the day. But I got out first there. Yay, Paulie. Detroit Rock City, right? My new theme song. I love it. I'm marking out, and I hear, and coming to the ring, weighing blah 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 blah, the SUV. I'm like, he is not a straight up villain. Fuck this guy. Like, that is inside baseball shit. And so I'm like, you did that to me. He was like, I did it to you on purpose. I'm like,
so
you fucking got me, dude.
He was so excited. He's like, I'm gonna tell them to announce me that just pop Paulie. I'm so fucking excited.
He got me so good. I was like, oh, Jensen's here. Oh no, it's
Fatter nephew.
it's Mugsy. Shit. All right, we're still gonna get through this. We're gonna get through this. So, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Red, but I had to put him over because actually he got me to pop the ring.
Hey.
But now he's gonna come out to the right theme music now. We talked about it earlier today.
So again, I got mad love for the family, clearly, because I love Jay with all my heart. And I've deemed you my nephew, so that that's something I just don't do. I have watched you for the past 2-3 years grow. And here's the thing, not just grow in this business, but grow as a fucking man. Right now, I want you to look around. Look around, Mugsy. No,
Not in your
look
house.
around. Look around. Because 3 years ago, you didn't have that. Right?
Absolutely.
Look at that beautiful woman that's sitting next to you. You have grown in every aspect that a real man should. Not just in this business of taking it more seriously and honing your craft and getting better, but busting your ass at work. And I've seen you, which is crazy, because I'm like, normally if somebody's doing shit at work and filming, I'm like, they're fucking off. But I can tell that you've been busting your ass. And then you've got a wonderful woman, and then you move into a beautiful home. Like, that's man shit. You see what I'm saying? So my roses for you just aren't for the professional wrestler. It's for the man that you have become over these last few years, that you have grown in and outside of the ring. I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud to call you my nephew and my family. I love both you guys when I see both of you. And you have the ability and drive to go as far as you want in this business. And I pray that God grants your heart's desire for whatever it is you want. So there you go.
I appreciate that a lot, Red.
That was very nice. Well done, Red. What do you want now? I mean, you've got the big match coming up this Saturday at Frontline. You've obviously had the big match with Paulie, and obviously, being the SUV, you're going to want another match against Paulie. But what do you want out of this business now that you're on this roll?
I hate saying it because everybody gives me shit for it, but
Pussy and
Oh, this is the wrong place. Not with Tomaselli here. Don't say shit. Don't say shit, because then we're going for another hour because he doesn't come up for air.
I'm having fun, man. I'm taking it as serious as I need to. I mean, again, like Red said, I have a beautiful woman. I have a house. I want to have a family. I want to be a present father. I grew up without a dad, so I'd like to be there for my children. So wrestling on the weekends I'm okay with it. You know, maybe NWA or TNA where you disappear for a little bit and do some TV tapings, but unfortunately, like WWE or AEW, that's not the goal for me. That sounds stupid. I know everybody gets into this business to make a bunch of money, but like, no, not everybody. Some people don't even get that opportunity.
And some people do it to get in there, and then they realize that, hey, you know what? I'm having a good fucking time. I get to hang out with my boys. I get
exactly.
for 15 to 20 minutes on a Saturday night, I get to not worry about what bills are due on the first. I can go. I'm you know, I'm not, you know, so and so. I'm you got a different name. You're playing a character. So yeah, man. And be realistic about it. Like you're doing. Like you just said, like it's not a goal for me. If I get to TNA, cool. If not, fuck it. I'm having a good time hanging out with my boys. And it's something that it's a hobby that we're getting paid to do and go have some fun and you know, entertain some people. And maybe for that 3 hours they're at a show, they're also not worried about what bills are due on the first and things like that.
Exactly. Like,
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, man, but you know me.
No, I'm glad you understand my perspective on it, though. Like, that was validating to hear that. Saturday at ARW, dude. Intermission. I was talking to Bree and my buddy Justin, and little kids were outside chanting my name. That's fucking cool to me. To them, I'm what you were to me, even though I hated you as a kid. But
you know, the baby face. Fuck.
I wish I had my mom's digital camera. There is a picture at the Stager VFW hall. I swear it was all three of you coming down the ramp, and I got my digital camera, and there's just double birds from all three of you.
I got a few of those photos from the state. I forgot I was a heel for a little bit with Vito and Salad that time. That's right.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah. Sorry, fella. Sorry, we were over, Red. Get yourself over once in a while, motherfucker.
Hey, we were the group that started out fucking heels, and you.
Yeah, because we made you baby faces.
Right.
You're welcome. You want to start selling merch? We got you over, bitch.
We weren't trying to do shit, but then y'all say, let's bring in Nightbreed. Really?
Hey. All I did at Elite was make gear and chop students. I didn't do any booking. You got problems with the booking? Call Ben Jordan, call Vito. I didn't do anything with that shit there, bro. So don't bust me up. Don't bust me up, see fucking Red, on who you didn't want at a goddamn company that you should have just been happy you were getting booked. And then got you booked in Philly. Again, I'm going to pull out balls Mahoney right now and show you. Don't bust me up, see Red.
Hey,
that would have been a first.
I'm just saying, shit. You bring in them, and then of course we have no other choice.
Why you hating on Nightbreed? What'd they do to you? I thought you guys
because we were heels, they were supposed to be faces, and now Hunter Payne, then Baltazar comes out and cuts the most heelish fucking promo ever, and we're like, but we're the heels.
Who gives a shit, dude? Learn how to fucking work. Call on the fly.
Oh, we had to.
Yeah.
We
And
had
then
to.
you became baby faces.
And
You
then
got
I took
over,
a month
and
off.
then you started selling merchandise. So who sells more, heels or babies?
Well, I did. Fuck that.
Yeah,
I sold
yeah.
out.
Again, who gives a shit? You were still
I
getting booked.
did.
Hey, were you still getting booked? Were you still getting booked?
Yeah, not yeah.
Yeah. You were still getting booked. So what does it matter? Go out there and fucking work. Do your
Don't
thing.
fucking fuck up with the book I got playing, goddammit.
Oh God, fuck.
That Soul Touch's babyface run was fucking
Yeah.
fantastic.
Oh, doing your all fucking zigga. Yeah. None of that would have been over if old Hunter Payne didn't do what he did for you guys. All right. And then who was at the Tinley Park deal, or not Tinley Park, but who was at the Oak Forest? Was Nightbreed in Oak Forest, or were the goddamn Soul Touchers? Oh, yeah.
I don't remember Nightbreed ever.
Yeah. So who the fuck got over and who still got booked?
Okay.
Yeah. So what the fuck are you bitching about now, C-Red?
God damn it. If
You
we
know what? You're as bad as Eric Bischoff saying Sting didn't go over for the belt and keep the belt because he didn't have a tan. You're that dumb right now, talking like that right now.
No, I am not.
You got
God
over.
damn it.
You had longevity. You got booked at Chikara because of that same shit. Right
God
or wrong?
damn it.
Right or wrong? Right or
Wrong.
wrong? You got booked because you were there at Midlothian and Quack saw you guys.
Yeah, well, that's
right,
why we
right.
got booked.
Was Nightbreed there?
Yes. Because
Okay.
that's who we fought that night.
Oh, well, there you go. Then
Well,
they
were
got you over even
Cash
more.
Inc. at that
They
point.
got you over even more. That Quack booked you, motherfuckers. So you should be blowing Hunter Payne right now, and not
Fuck
shit.
that. Fuck that.
That's the name of the episode.
Yeah.
You should be blowing
You
Hunter
should be
Payne.
blowing Hunter Payne show name because you got over because of Hunter Payne getting you guys over. The ultimate heel got you guys over. And you're crying about it 15 years later.
You damn right. If I'm told to do a job, I'm gonna do my damn job.
Oh, geez.
Right. And you know what?
Don't fuck it up.
Sometimes shit happens and you got to get yourself over and adapt to the fly, learn how to work.
Well, we did, but I didn't appreciate it, goddamn.
Yeah, you did, and you got over and you got more bookings out of it.
I did.
Yeah.
I
But
feel
don't
like,
fuck up the
What
don't
are
fuck
you
up the
crying
program.
about right now?
Don't fuck up the program.
Oh, fuck off, you and your don't fuck up the program. Things happen all the time, man.
I feel like he's talking to Nubby right now.
No,
He
I
is.
got respect for Red. There's a difference.
Oh my God. All right. This is
But facts are facts. Even if someone went into business for themselves, it still didn't work. And the Soul Touchers got over on it. So that's all I'm saying.
I'll never get tired of that. I want that to be made into a gift.
And if he didn't do that, C-Red, if he didn't do that for you, you never would have had the greatest promos of all time about your nephew coming in and then Ricochet being this big. You don't even fit on the screen with Marche. He wouldn't have given us the pleasure of those fucking promos if he didn't do that for you.
Jeff.
Yeah, like your uncle putting me in the goddamn toilet. Yeah. That's still one of my favorites because even though I wasn't in the toilet, but to see Willie and he, oh damn! And it's like,
hey, Willie was doing damn before Ron Simmons was doing damn, right? Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure.
Oh boy. Well, I did not expect the show to go this way, but then when you have a concoction and you have that secret ingredient called Tomaselli, it tends to be like the little kids volcano project that goes haywire at the science fair. That's what happened here tonight.
Holly's the vinegar.
It's the vinegar. Indeed.
Yeah, don't put me anywhere near some baking soda.
Jesus fucking Christ. You're gonna make poor Nubby cry. Nubby's gonna watch this tomorrow. He's gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
Let me try to babyface way out of this real quick because that's what I'm usually good at. Red, love you. Steve, thank you for the opportunity to come back on once again to really just put myself over for a little bit. Rachel, pleasure to meet you for the finally been on here so many times. Mugsy, as things didn't go right in the beginning of the match, yada yada, whatever. I cannot wait to get another opportunity to work with you in the ring because I think we really did have a good time. and the history between you and I going back to you being a kid in the crowd. And I literally probably have gear that's older than you now at this point, which really makes me feel ridiculously old. It is really cool, man. And no, I'm looking forward to seeing what you do here in the future here with things that are going on, especially in the Chicagoland area with all the wrestling that's going on right now. It's pretty awesome. So yeah, man. Again, thanks for having me on. Sorry, Red, for cutting a little promo on there, but goddamn, dude, you guys are awesome, and it pisses me off knowing that you were mad that someone got you over.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Red, we're gonna love this for a long time.
No,
Yes, we will.
no.
I think it's really awesome that, again, 15, 16, 17 years later, Elite is still being talked about, and the things that we did there were really innovative and over at the time, man, and that can carry out into the 2020s. I think is really fucking cool. And I
John
just
fucking Moxley.
Moxley was there. Fuck yeah, man. I got a great photo of me chopping him right in the corner because he was, because Vito and Sal saw him in Chikara when we did King of the Young Lions Cup one year. So yeah, man.
Dude, Elite will forever just hold that special place.
Yeah.
Because it was magic, dude. From Stager in that small ass hallway that's supposed to be a dressing room, and fuckers are going out the door every 5 minutes.
Yeah. And then we ended up making the stage locker room. Even that was really tight in there too.
Yeah, and then when we finally got to Oak Forest, dude, everything that went down there, even down to the end with Estrada.
Oh yeah, dude. And then even in Lake Forest, what they ended up, Elite ended up buying their own light trellises that you have at carnivals and shit, like in parks that don't have like lights. Like they were able to turn all house lights completely off, and they had 4 light trellises that with spotlights that just were directly in the ring, so you were like you were in a fucking arena. It was awesome, man. Dude, I'm telling you, you guys got to get Acid and Jensen on this show to talk about Elite. Because
where else could I ride around in the red ass scooter around the ring?
Yeah. Oh yeah, and we were drawing pretty consistently. We were doing pretty well, and average indie shows, 100, 150. If you had 200 people, that was great. And then we did World of Wheels in January of 09.
Oh.
And so we're like, all right, cool. The February show of 09, we had like 300 people packed into this. Like, it was literally standing room only inside of the Oak Forest fucking park district there. It was awesome.
I live in walking distance to that park district, and I want to run shows there so badly because
I don't know. I think VWA fucked it up though.
Oh, Vanguard?
Yeah. Yeah, I think something happened with them. They didn't pay a bill or something happened. And again, I'm talking out of my ass. I know something happened where they're like, we're never going to do wrestling again. If you can book Oak Forest, buddy, I got to be match number 1 because that's my new stipulation. And I'm only taking 3 bumps and one of them's the finish. But still, I'll do it. I'll be glad to do it. No, man, that's where I work Trauma for the TV title. That's where I work.
You did not work Trauma. You work JD Hughes.
Anyways, I worked Trauma for the TV title. I did a program with Ali. That's where Hades and I we were gonna it was a burning of the flag match. Like you were gonna burn the flag. Like Ali and O'Neal were gonna burn the American flag if they won the flag match. And
it's so crazy seeing him on TV and knowing that he scared the fuck out of me at 9 years old.
Yes, and then Hades and I teaming up, and we did that fucking finish where I had him up in a power bomb. I bring him to Hades into the stand up on the middle rope, and he does his kill switch as I power bomb him down onto Hades. He's like, "Come on, man, come on." Elite was magical, dude. I'm sorry, it was magical, and it'll always be awesome and hold a special place in my heart. And even going back to, I even told that to Nolan Acid when we were teaming at the last Pow show. I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna lie, I'm 16 years old right now. He's like, what are you talking about, guy? And I'm like, I am lit. You don't understand. Like I wanted to be a wrestler because of Vito. I want to follow in Vito's footsteps. I want to be a wrestler here on the Indies, and I'll never forget Vito going, dude, you got to see this dude Acid work. He's fucking awesome. He's this, that, blah, blah. He's got this green hair, and he does this 450. He doesn't just do it out of the corner like Hoovy. Like He does a springboard 450. That's fucking awesome. I was like, okay, whatever. And then I remember sitting in the crowd, because that's, I'm a mark here. This is great. And I remember seeing Acid come out with his green hair, and I was like, here he is. And I'm like, this guy's awesome. So here I am now, 39 years old, getting ready to team with Nolan or Acid. Sorry, I'm getting ready to team with Acid, and we're literally, Mr. Ricklow tells us, all right, you boys, you got separate entrances. He goes, nah, man, no, we're gonna come with the Brandons. We're coming out the Brandons. Shut up. We're a team. And I went,
You like me. You really like me.
We're a fucking team, bro. That's yeah. So we're sitting back there. Detroit Rock City starts playing, and I'm like, he's like, just tell me the cue, man. Just tell me the cue. I'm like, go now, let's go. And so you can see like we're kind of like and there's a picture of me pointing like, yeah, I'm so jacked up. I didn't even need pre-workout for the show because I was so geeked out to be teaming with fucking ass. It's ridiculous, dude. And we had matching gear. It was awesome. Yeah, it was the whole thing. So
yeah, I saw you were able to get them out of green tights.
Yeah. So it's funny, dude. I sent him the material, the shiny like camouflage material. I'm like, hey man, what do you think of this? He's like, dude, that's really cool. I'm like, awesome, man. I'm like, I'll make you a pair of tights. I don't think he saw that message. Because then I sent him a photo of my singlet next to his tights. He's like, are you wearing those tights tonight, bro? Nah, man, I made those for you. My singlets. I'm wearing the singlet. He's like, what the fuck, B? Like, oh, he calls me Grandmaster B, like I'm Bud Bunny from the Married with Children. So, goddamn Grandmaster B. So then he puts them on. He's like, what the fuck, dude? Like, how'd you have my size? His fiance, he puts them on. He shows her. She's like, Paulie, how did you know how to make that gear for him? And I went, honey, let me tell you something. These hands have been all over that body way before yours ever were. Just, yeah.
Well, even you made me a pair of tights for that DWA show when I was just in the Battle Royal. My gear got held up at the El Salvador border. I hit Paulie up like 3 days before the show. Hadn't seen him in years. Fucking try my tights on. They were a little long, which is fine because, tuck them under your heel, keep them in the boots. Fucking perfect size waist. And I was like, what the fuck?
You want your long tights to be a little longer anyways. If they're bunch at your sock, no big deal. If they come up past your boot, then we got a problem. So what would you rather have, So, yeah. What can I say, man? What can I say? I'm magical. I should start eating some fruit and shit out of fruitcake. So
You're the unicorn of professional wrestling right now.
I'm a unicorn in a lot of places, buddy. Let me tell you.
I don't doubt it. Rachel?
Yes.
Did you say something?
No.
Thought I heard her say something. We cut her off incessantly. It's a wonder.
All right, Rachel.
It's all right.
Rachel, you any thoughts to go on before we get into talk about the frontline card?
10 out of 10, no notes. I'm gonna have to tap out. So
Paulie taps out another one.
I'll see you all later.
Bye, Rachel.
Bye, Rachel.
Bye, Rachel.
Bye.
I'll let you guys talk about Frontline. I will say I do love Frontline. I love everyone that's involved there, and hopefully one day, real soon, I will be making an appearance. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So
Mugsy and I will pick you up on the way.
Yes, please do. That'd be awesome. Then I can drink my Monaco's the whole ride there, so we'll be good to go.
Hey, we're carpooling.
Learn how to work, kid.
5
right?
hours myself.
Oh, 5 hours to get there for you?
Swap, Steve.
What now? What do you say, Muggs?
I said I'll drive if you need to swap for a little bit. Absolutely.
Hey, we got this covered. This is gonna be great. We're gonna videotape a lot.
Hey, as long as I can just kick out in the back. Here we go, fuckers. This is it.
Hey, we respect our vets. We'll let you sleep.
Oh, all right, real quick. Thank you.
Here we go.
I appreciate that. Don't call me a vet, man. I hate that term vet. I hate the guys that sit there and go, I'm a vet, so I demand respect. Nah, motherfucker. I don't care how long you've been in. When I was a kid and I was wrestling in middle school and I was the shit, right? It's my 8th grade year. I'm undefeated. My dad kept telling me, stop being cocky. I'm like, fuck yeah. I'm 14 years old. Like, I'm undefeated, Dad. What are you talking about? He goes, there is always going to be someone better than you. No matter what you're doing in life, let me just tell you right now, there will always be someone better than you. And I feel these guys in pro wrestling that have never really been real athletes, that were fans of wrestling, got into the business, and now they can't job because, well, I'm a champion in QXBWA 432. No, fuck off, the vet. I'm a vet. I'm a vet. I'm a vet. I demand respect. Nah, man, that doesn't mean shit. Anyone can be a vet. Anyone can get respect. You don't. You're not deserve. No one deserves respect. You earn respect. And that's so yeah. That's my little rant on vetness. Like, I'm a vet.
Let me reframe it. Let me reframe it. We'll let you sleep because we love you.
Thanks, man. I get real sleepy real easily. I work nights, so to be up during the day is real hard sometimes.
We got you. When the time comes for you to come to Wisconsin, we got you.
Sounds like a plan. Listen, I love you guys. Thank you again for having me on. I appreciate it. Mugsy, sorry for taking over your interview, but
It's
that's
okay.
what I do.
Dr. Pepper.
Give me a Dr. Pepper, bitch.
I wasn't going that far.
All right, Paulie. He's gone just like that. I had it planned out for him to come in and you guys to mix it up a little based on your fight. Next thing you know, it's Paulie Tomaselli 4, and you're asking the fucking questions.
Yeah, sorry for hijacking that.
You're part of the Power Hour now. Gonna have you on every week because they were good questions too. All
that
right.
was peak childhood for me.
Hey, I just hope you had a good time on the show tonight. It was supposed to be all about you until it wasn't, and now we're trying to dial it back. I thought if I got Red to do the roses that it might shift the thing back on its way back. He fucking spun. I felt my leg going up. All right, let's talk about this card. Big card. This means war. Unity, Wisconsin. This Saturday afternoon. I believe they changed the time. Is that correct? I saw it's now at 6. Okay. Go on to social media. I saw I got a message that said Frontline has changed the time, and then it was from 6 to 11, and I'm like, oh God, that means we're not getting home till like 6 in the morning. But that's neither here nor there. Big show, and it would have to be a big show to follow up Honor Bound because the tales from Honor Bound have been amazing. And you know the matches that happened. I mean, I've been watching it on the Premier streaming network, and it was so good. It's gonna be hard. I mean, when you have a show like that, to be able to get there and raise the bar, but they might be doing that. I mean, let's talk about that singles match that is the first one listed. You've got Kid Lightning, Kid Lat, who is now he's changing his character. He's suddenly the Flash. He's got a mask. He looks cool as shit. It's awesome. Did you see that promo?
Yeah.
That kid's fucking crazy. And I love that kid. And he's fighting Gavin McCoy, who did some heinous things to Ben at the end of the show.
He let his dark side out.
Now, what does that mean? Now, is this now Gavin a friend, a ally to Filthy Mugsy?
He's spared of the expose.
So you feel like he came to terms with his own darkness. Is that kind of it? So you've got Lat versus McCoy, and when you look at these two youngsters, you realize that the future of pro wrestling is in safe hands because they're fantastic. Red, Lat, Gavin McCoy, gonna be a banger. Who do you like?
Lat. Yeah, I know.
Mugsy, put aside your filthiness for a moment. Who do you like, Lat or McCoy?
The child.
It's a trifecta. I'm not picking again. I mean, I saw what McCoy did, and I saw how vicious he can be, but there's just something magic in the lightning that is Kid Lat.
The kid just doesn't quit, and it's a pro and a con.
Indeed. Especially when you're facing Quinn. It can be a pro and a con. But that's neither here nor there. Big debut happening for Frontline Pro as the world famous Bros make their Frontline debut. And I just want to say, bro, and Snoogans, because that's what they are. That promo took me right back to 1993. Did you see that promo, Red?
No, I haven't.
Man, it's like Jay and Silent Bob outside the convenience store. Some of the Bros' finest work.
Well, I have to pull it up.
They're ready for their debut, but we don't know who they're fighting. we know what the Bro Bros are, but how can the Bro Bros get ready for a match against mystery opponents? What do you think?
The way they get ready for any other damn match, you know how they do that.
Yeah, but they don't,
Against tomfoolery.
yeah, we don't let them out back in their car at this point. They gotta be straight. You can't be that way. Okay, you're right. Maybe you can. Okay, moving on. We talked a little bit about TW3 versus Filthy Mugsy James. Final thoughts. What do you
I
see?
can't deny the athlete that TW3 is. I'm gonna have a run for my money, right? Like he's very agile and athletic,
Lightning fast.
but I'm on a mission. You know what stops something that's lightning fast? A kick to the stomach, a knee to the face, a right hand to the left side of the face.
The Bruiser versus the Bullet. It's going to be one hell of a showdown. And funny how Filthy Mugsy James begins his conquest at the expense of TW3. There's a story in there that we don't know yet that I think might be told on Saturday. So you're going to want to check that out. Other matches, triple threat match. Ruthless Rockin' Rivera versus Ben Evenson versus my boy, the Ewok, the Truth. I can't say I'm terribly familiar with Ben. So, Mugsy, I'm going to ask you to help me out with this one. I know Rockin' Rivera very well. He and I have issues. Ewok is one of my favorites in this business. Tell me what to expect from Ben.
I know the name. I've heard the name, but also unfamiliar, unfortunately.
Red?
I think he might be a newcomer. I'm also new to Frontline, though, Steve.
I am new too, so I'm trying to find answers to all these fabulous riddles that have been presented to me.
Honorbound was my first time there, so I'm a little unfamiliar with a lot of people still.
You're my vet here. I'm coming in fresh. I'm a wide-eyed rookie.
I mean, they put him in the ring with Rockin' and Ewok, so
that's a tough call. If this is his first dance, that's a tough.
And if it's not Ben Everson, I'm a little sorry, but. Yeah,
are you picking Ben? Are you picking Ben right now?
Oh, absolutely not.
Who are you picking?
Ewok, because Ewok confronted his battles a long time ago. Ewok
Red?
is proudly Ewok.
Yeah, that's fair.
Ewok.
Yeah.
Proudly an asshole.
Ewok is a tough son bitch. She's gone now, and so is he with his broken ass. But with a broken ass, a broken butt bone, as only the hot rod could have at this moment in time. Doing it the way to break your ass the way he broke it. That footage was crazy. The fact that he has a broken ass and he's got to fight Joey Dalton with a broken ass.
I'm taking Joey.
Red picks Joey. What about you, Muggs?
Yeah, Joey as well. I've known Joey since the day I started. Joey's been doing this longer than I have. A lot longer, actually. But I mean, I've watched him overcome so much shit in his life that I don't think there's anything that's going to hold him down. And that's no slouch on Andy.
No, it's not. I just feel you're not going in 100% with a broken ass. So
yeah, broken ass, and then Joey's also got Stryker Industries on his side.
Yeah, Draven Stryker will be in the corner of Joey Dalton. Joey Dalton is kind of like wrestling's answer to Plastic Man. He's just so uberly flexible and not always at the right times, but I see his body contort in ways that it probably shouldn't. Yet somehow he walks away from the matches, which is stupefying. So you both picked Joey. I feel like Stryker Industries, Draven Stryker could be the X factor here. So you know what? I'm gonna take a runner. A man has a broken ass and is man enough to show up and fight. Give me Hot Rod Daddy Andy for the win on that one. And then the only other match that has been announced at this time that I am aware of is this All Champions Tag Team match. And boy, the absolute power trip. Coda Jacobs cut quite a promo about what he feels is going to happen as the Absolute Power Trip takes on the champion Quinn Whittick and Ragnar the Ruthless. But Mugsy, what do you think about this match? I mean, you know Quinn Whittick as well as anybody, and Ragnar, his legacy is what it is. But Absolute Power Trip, the tag team champion. So there are a lot of belts in this match. That's a high-profile special attraction if I ever saw one.
Star-studded match. I mean, Absolute Power Trip, successful tag team in Frontline. Quinn Whittick, successful tag team champion, world champion.
How many belts does that man have right now?
Yeah, I don't even know how many he has at the moment.
He is making Matt Hardy's Expedition of Gold look cheap.
Yeah. And I mean, Ragnar, he's a fucking Viking, dude.
And a mean-looking Viking.
So you've got a Viking, and I don't even know what you would classify Quinn Whittick as, against a politician and a hipster.
He is sexy violence, and now he's trying to accentuate the sexy.
Sexy violence.
Sexy violence. So we're gonna drop that A in there just for shits and giggles. Who wins this match? I mean, this is quite the dichotomy.
New tag champs.
Oh, so you just want to give Quinn more gold. You just want to give Quinn more gold.
Hey, you're putting teamwork up against two guys who haven't tagged together, but that are also very smart, knowledgeable, powerful, and violent. I'm going Quinn and Ragnar.
Again, Stryker Industries will have an influence in this match. And I watched that promo Draven Stryker cut, and there's something about that dude that ain't right.
He's a slide.
I got a bad feeling for Quinn and Ragnar in this one. I'm going with the Absolute Power Trip for the win. That is this Saturday. Frontline Pro presents This Means War. Mugsy's going to be there, channeling his new crusade. I get my debut on commentary. I'm very excited to be a part of it. And it's all going down in Unity, Wisconsin. The flyer's out. It's going to be on the Premier Streaming Network. Do not miss this show. Come to Wisconsin. Get some spotted cow while you're there. Right?
Absolutely. I just finished 2 off while we were doing this.
And now you're getting tired, so we're going to wrap this package. We want to thank Paulie Tomaselli for gracing us with his presence tonight and completely taking over the program as only Paulie can. We also, of course, want to thank Mugsy, one of our favorite people working in this business right now. Red gave you roses. I want to give you roses. I feel like there is nothing in this business you can't do. I think you can fly. I think you can grapple. I think you can talk. I think you can do anything. And I think you will do everything. And I think that's fucking cool.
Thank you, Steve.
So that's the end of this particular show. Next week on this show, we will be talking about Rocket Pro Wrestling as we welcome the one and only Nuke. Kevin Palmer will join us on this show, and we'll take a look inside what's going on in Rocket Pro as the summer hiatus hits the halfway mark. So that will be an excellent show, and we'll talk a little bit about some of the shows that will be upcoming that weekend, Fusion Pro, SCW, and then, of course, Rion will be talking about IPW as the information liaison. He must have had to go because I'm missing his pictures already. Red, any final thoughts?
No, just that Mugsy just made me feel old as shit all night.
And then Paulie dressed you down on your damn show. Dressed you the fuck down.
No, he didn't. But again, I'm not even worried about that. Again, just to now realize that Mugsy is the second person recently that I now realize as I was doing my thing, he was in the fucking audience. Like that, and he was a kid. Like the gray hair is real, people. It's real. Like, damn.
But it looks distinguished. It makes you look good, Red.
Yeah, but now you see why I'm getting ready to step the hell away.
Not as long as you keep getting free lap dances at ringside.
Hey, Hey, no, I have to, but that is awesome on one hand, that somebody like Muggsy was, a kid in the crowd. Now, he's following in the footsteps, but at the second time, it's like, damn, I'm still around to see this shit.
Who knows? Maybe you'll have to fight Muggsy before you leave.
Oh, no. No. Nope. See that? Not in the contract.
If the family shows up and the ARC's doing ARC things, you just never know what's going to happen.
Hey, I don't give a damn about the family as long as y'all got J City in there.
That's my mother.
Hey, he know why I don't like him. No, I got love for him, but I still beat him though. So
all right. Well, there you go. Thanks to all on the show. Thanks for watching. We hope you had a good time. I know I did. And Muggsy, we might have to have you join the Power Hour at some point because your questions were better than some of mine, and I appreciate that. Goodbye. Goodbye, Mrs. Muggsy. Thank you for being a trooper the whole night.
No ring on my finger.
Yeah, but it's coming.
Yeah,
Baby
allegedly.
steps. Baby steps. Man, we have a long talk in the car on the way to Wisconsin on Saturday. Long talk. All right, guys. We'll catch you next week with Nuke. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the Power Hour. Good night, everybody.